All right, let's let the list populate. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. We're going to talk movies, man. We're going to talk boxing movies. We're going to talk non boxing movies because we're all bored. We're all in the self quarantine. We ain't got nothing to do. All right. All right. So let's see what we got going on right here. We're going to let this joint populate. We're going to let it populate. Ow. All right, what's goody? SSB, what's goody? Brown Gone One, what's goody? Wayne Hennessy, what's goody? RC Rollis, what's goody? George. We're talking movies, folks. What is your favorite boxing movie? All right, that's what we're talking about here today. That's what we here to discuss. What's good, Tyler? What's Tyrell? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I already had mine, SSB. I'm a good multitasker. I'm a decent multitasker. Don't ask my wife; she'll say the opposite. But I can multitask, man. You know what I'm saying? Ring, can I commission you to do a voice intro for my bit? Let me see your old time radio voice. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. You hated, all right, Brown Gone One. You hated all the Rocky movies, all right. Why did you hate them movies, man? Damn, what's good?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, you know what? Honestly, I really like the Rocky movies, but only like one through three and six. I was four and five to me were a little hokey, but I felt like Sylvester Stallone wrote the book, man. I mean, he a lot of those movies were done well, especially the first two. Very realistic in a lot of ways. I mean, well, I don't want to say realistic like movie wise. I don't want to say realistic as in real life, but it just
I'll say, look, I'll say this. As far as film, like an engaging drama, right? An
uh huh.
engaging drama about boxing. The second Rocky movie is top tier, top notch. Three and four and five and the ones thereafter are really Hollywood, you know, especially three. By three and four, they got Hollywood with it because Rocky looks less like a boxer and more like a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? So
Right, right.
they got real Hollywood with it for Rocky 3 and 4 and thereafter. But I'll say if one of those films I consider and I still watch it a top tier boxing film, it would have to be Rocky 2. That's one of my arguably that's my favorite one of them. Arguably,
Well, that too, and also the synergy between Apollo and Rocky in those movies to me was just excellent. You know,
yeah,
the rivalry and just the back and forth, and then how they were friends afterwards. I mean, it really mimicked a lot of real life boxers. You
I
know.
agree with that. Mark, what's going on, Mark?
What's up? How's it going, fellas?
We're
Hope
talking
everyone's well.
we're talking movies, Mark. What's your favorite boxing movie?
Oh God. Either Rocky 2 or the Cinderella Man.
Oh God, I love Cinderella Man. I love that movie, dog. I really love that movie.
Hmm. There is a
I,
few things that are historically inaccurate, and I'm not going to get into it, but it's
No, let's
still a
get
great
into it. We
movie.
got time. We got.
I'll go into it later as we go. I'll go in later as we go because,
Well,
like, I don't want to give away too much from a Joe Lewis video coming up because James J. Braddock's a big part of that.
I'll say that they vilified Max Bear. They made Max Bear a meaner guy, a bigger villain than he actually was. Because Max,
Hmm.
he took care of the families. That, I think he caught two bodies in the ring. My memory's a little hazy, but he caught two bodies in the ring, and I believe he donated his purses to those families.
Hmm.
one thing I think that one movie I like too. It was a boxing movie. That I think it deserves honorable mention. I don't know whether you guys agree or not. Was Raging Bull?
Raging Bull's overrated, bro.
Oh,
I,
no,
You
I,
hold
think?
on. Raging Bull's an amazing movie. It's not a boxing movie,
I've tried. Look, I've tried, and I'm gonna try again just because everybody like. It's like the world is trying to convince me that that's this great fucking movie. Maybe it was great for its time, but I've tried to watch it. I didn't. I wasn't moved. I wasn't moved. I'm gonna be
Well, I
honest.
was, but because it's pretty good on his life story. It's not really a boxing movie.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I think it's the life story is what got me. You know, and
Mm.
just the just all the stuff that he was doing and pulling and all. You know, he beat up his brother because he was so jealous about his wife and just the whole thing. Yeah, but you're right. It's not really a boxing movie as much. So I
Can
do
we
agree with that.
Can we all agree that Manos de Piedra was shit?
Oh yeah,
That was shit.
I'll agree with you. That was terrible.
Can
I was
we
disappointed.
can we agree that The Fighter about Mickey Ward is underrated? Can we agree on that?
Considering the level of acclaim it's gotten, yes. But it's underrated. And considering the fan response, though, it's not. It's got the props it deserves from people like yourself or me or whatever. You know what I mean?
They actually mentioned Saul Manby. They did their homework. They cared about the movie. They cared about certain aspects of Mickey's life.
Real fast, I want to say a rest in peace to Saul Manby, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Saul Manby. I believe it was last year he passed away.
Yeah, man, rest in peace. That's sad.
Yeah, man, that's an underrated movie. All right, let's see. What about? Because there really ain't that many boxing movies.
Can we all agree Ali was shit?
Oh yeah, Ali was shit.
Yeah, I wasn't liking that.
When people turn to me and say Ali was amazing, I am instantly pissed. Instantly pissed.
I was never comfortable with Will Smith playing that character. Will Smith is a great actor, no doubt about it, but he lacks the air that he's supposed to have for Ali. For me, he just wasn't believable as Ali for me.
I don't even know who I could get to play Ali, man. That dude was an actor in himself. He was unbelievable. The charisma. Who the fuck can do that?
Well, you need a fresh face. You can't use the guy that you've seen in so many other comedic roles to play that role. That's like when they got Usher to play Sugar Ray Leonard. It's not bad. It's not terrible. But it's not gonna work. Like, you're not gonna sell me Usher. You're not gonna sell me Usher as Sugar Ray Leonard. That's not gonna work, bro. Like, no.
I'm stealing that audio clip for a soundbite one day. It's gonna come out. I need that.
Well, the audacity, like, really, dog? Y'all gonna get Usher to be Sugar Ray Leonard? Come on now. All the options you have, all the fresh faces that are. I'd have took a fresh face over Usher.
Who in the hell came up with that idea to begin with?
That was great, man. When I first saw that, I was like, "What on earth is this?"
I don't know who's fucking idea. Oh yeah, Jamie Foxx is mic'd. You know, Jamie does the voice well, right? He does the voice well, and he's a good method actor. But I don't know that I could really believe
he doesn't fit the air. He doesn't fit the air of who Mike is. He doesn't. You need some dude who looks like he's about to slice you up.
Yeah. All right, we about to get Hustle on here. All right, let's get Hustle's take. Hustle, they casted Usher. They casted Usher as Sugar Ray Leonard. How did you feel about that?
Oh, what?
I wanted him to be blindsided by the question. That's a real reaction. I just told him.
That said it all right there.
A real reaction, folks.
He said, what?
Hustle heard that shit. He didn't know what the hell I was like. Yes, if you watch the Duran movie, they got Usher playing Sugar Ray Leonard. That's my son. They got Usher playing Sugar Ray Leonard. How do you feel about that?
Hold on, in what movie?
The Duran movie that came out, I think it was 2 years ago.
You know what? I never watched that. I might watch it tonight. I might watch it. Oh, it ain't all that?
Don't watch
it. I mean, if you want to watch it, go ahead, but like, don't get your hopes up like I did, because like, in all honesty, you're gonna be left punching the walls.
It is. I mean, honestly, yeah, it's not. I don't know if they wanted it to be a piece of film or a biopic, but it looks like they tried to make it both, and it's not effective. It's not a good movie. So, Hustle, what's your favorite boxing movie?
Shit. Woo.
So it's a few. It's a few.
Yeah, it's a few. I want to say, well, I think one of them. What's the one that had the chick?
$1 Million Baby.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good movie. It's the sad movie though, and I don't like sad movies.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but that was a good movie.
Lucia Riker was in that movie. She's the one who hit her. She's the girl that she fought at the end of that shit.
Yeah.
You know, bro, that movie didn't move me, man.
No, it moved me, man. It moved me. I felt bad for Hillary Swank, man. I felt bad.
I didn't. Ever since I seen her in the next Karate Kid, I didn't give a shit.
Don't come on, dog. Come on. That's not her fault. She didn't write that shit. She just acted in it. She ain't that shit was awful. Southpaw was garbage. I'm sorry. Southpaw, it tried too hard. It tried too hard. The only thing that pulled at my heartstrings about Southpaw is that he had a daughter. I got a daughter, so they kind of got me with that a little bit. But if we're talking about a boxing movie, yeah, it's on the weak end of the spectrum, man. It's on the weak end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it was shit.
What was that other one that came out in the early 90s? What was it called? Warrior?
Well, there was. I remember in the 90s they had Undisputed.
Ugh.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't. I like the premise of the movie that you got the prison champ versus the professional boxers. It's a nice premise. If I'd have wrote it, it would have been a lot better. Because in case you guys don't notice, I'm a very talented storyteller, very talented writer. I can write my fucking ass off. They did a good premise. It was a good premise that was executed poorly.
I think the first two Rocky movies were good. Then after that, it was like, okay.
They got Hollywood, the same shit they did with Rambo. If you watch the first Rambo, right? The first Rambo is like that shit is legit. Rambo 2 and 3, it's like, what the fuck is going on here, dog? Like, what is this? Like,
yeah, that's where they abandoned the plot and man just took heads.
Well, he started drinking protein shakes by then. The dude looked like he was about to go for the Arnold Classic. Like, where did he get all these fucking muscles? This guy's he's homeless, basically.
From ripping down leaves in the fucking jungle, fam.
Yeah, I guess. Shit. They got Hollywood with it, but I still love the first Rambo, though. I love the first Rambo.
The
first Rambo's good. And the one where they was in Burma, the one where he was fighting they stole the Americans and he had to help them get them back, but then he's a little older. I like that one too. The last Rambo was shit. That last one where
I ain't even want to see it.
Don't watch that shit. It's shit.
Yeah, I don't even want to see it.
It don't feel like a Rambo movie. All right, now Mark, you're the youngest one here, so you may not know about this, Mark. Have you seen They Live? Roddy Piper, amazing movie.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Amazing fucking movie.
Of all the things you know about me, you're gonna use age as a way to specify what I know.
Well, you're a smart fucking guy, but I don't know if you saw that movie. That's an old fucking movie, dog. I was young when I was mad young when that shit came out.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I was little as shit when I said that shit scared the fuck out of me. Like I ain't want to put on sunglasses for like 2 years after that because I was scared out of this motherfucker.
That movie's fucking amazing, fam.
There was a fucking message in that movie, dog. It's a powerful fucking message, dog. Fucking message. When they was fighting in that alley, that's one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen in a movie. That's a great fight.
Yo, I was just about to say that shit. That was a long ass, good ass fight.
Good ass fight.
It was a good ass fight.
You could tell they put time in the building that, man. That was really good.
Okay.
I mean, for Roddy Piper, he already a wrestler, so he probably coordinated the shit.
All right, now I'm gonna ask, how did you guys feel about how The Matrix ended? The whole trilogy, the whole shit, because I was of the opinion that Neo did not perform his function. He didn't save all the people that whole shit because hold on. I was of the opinion Danny, don't have the shit on with the mic on, bro. I hear echo. I was of the opinion that he didn't perform his function. His function was to save all the people that were still plugged into the Matrix, and he didn't do that.
Well, I knew he was gonna fucking die. I knew he was gonna die.
Him dying wasn't the problem. The problem is when you watch the first Matrix movie, right? The goal was for him to get.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
To get all the people that's still jacked into the Matrix or for the Matrix. That was the fucking goal. He never did that. All he did was save the naked people that was in the cave.
So I don't know where the fuck they going with the fourth one.
They better not.
They ain't making a fourth one, are they?
Not.
Bro,
Well, they
I'm telling you right now, right? Like, I watched 1, I watched 2. When 3 came out, I was like, okay, let's get it. I waited. I didn't want to watch it in the cinema. Got it. Got the DVD. I don't have that anymore, bro. I set that thing on fire.
I ain't gonna lie. I still got it as part of my DVD collection. I still
No,
got
I set it on fire. I refuse to admit it ever happened.
those movies. Look. Those movies aren't bad. They're not terrible. It's just that, like most movies that end up having sequels, they kind of got away from the source material. Like the second one and the third one, it's not like the first one. They got highly.
No, it's not. The first one is, to me, it's a masterpiece. The second is garbage, and the third one, I set it on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Because that's the problem with a lot of movies. When you keep it going with sequels, a trilogy is good, depending on how it works out. But then when you just keep going, the only franchise I know to survive long as it is for real, the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, but those movies are
That's
shit.
at the moment.
Yeah, they're
Those
shit
movies
now.
are shit, bro.
But
They make it
the
money.
thing about
Those
those
movies are
movies,
shit.
though, is they were always garbage. So, like, having them as
Yeah,
a
I didn't
sequel,
even-
it's fine.
I didn't even bother watching those
What the
movies,
fuck
man.
Bro, it went from being a movie about some carjackers to them being espionage, and the next thing that you know, they're gonna have them fighting Transformers the way they going. Now they work for the government. They like
But it's the same thing with Hostel. You know, they had 2 of those movies. They're said to be doing a third one. It's easy to see. The first one, men up for the shop. Second one, women up for the shop. Third one, trannies. You're up next. Like, it's simple enough, you know.
Get out of hand.
it's fucking ridiculous. Like I'll say the best microcosm for the Matrix movies is Wilder versus Fury. The first one was all right. The second one, think about it. By the third one, you like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, y'all still making these shits? Like, I
Right.
want to see something else. Like, the fuck?
But they making money.
I'm not a hater, all right? It's gratuitous after a while. Fucking gratuitous.
Wasn't Roy Jones Jr. in one of the Matrix movies?
Yeah, he was in the second one.
Yeah.
He had like a small part. He had a bigger part in the video game. I didn't buy the video game, by the way, but I know that they gave him a bigger part. Him and Jada Pinkett got a bigger part in the video game.
Yeah, he was in the second movie for like what, 5 minutes? Maybe even that.
Yeah, he said like one line, and it was like, bro, y'all got Roy Jones in here to say one line. He ain't even gonna punch nobody. Like he didn't punch.
Well, he didn't even have to be in the movie.
Bro, he
Yeah,
didn't.
is
even
it just me?
He
It's
didn't
just
have-
me, or does Jada say that too often that she was in the Matrix?
Yeah, she does. She does.
She's like, I was in the Matrix.
Well, it's in all honesty, it's the biggest project in recent memory that she was in. Because as far as major feature films, what other ones was she in besides that one? Recently, I mean.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro, but it's all she seems to mention is I was in the Matrix.
Oh, she's trying to stay relevant.
Man, ain't
Yeah,
we
but
all?
but the problem is, and people will hate me for this, the Matrix isn't relevant anymore. No one cares anymore.
He's right. There was
Yep.
a time. There was a time when that was a genuine piece of pop culture, and now it's like the what? Who's in it? What's it about? That sounds complicated. I'm gonna go watch Fast and Furious 8. Go watch Part 8. Fucking shit. All right. I'm gonna start asking these questions because this is the real reason that I did this live. You got Jason Bourne, you got James Bond, you got the Equalizer, and you have John Wick. Who wins that fight? I know who I got.
John Wick.
Bullshit.
Fuck that, John Wick.
Come on, Mark. Don't be a pussy, Mark.
I got James Bond.
You got Bond. All right. Mark's got Bond. Danny's got Wick. Hustle. What's gonna happen?
No, I got Wick.
I got
Wick?
Wick.
Is it because
Yeah,
of
I
the
got Wick.
fucking dog? Like, is it because of the fucking dog? Because he got mad is that why everybody picks Wick?
I'm winning this one. Whatever all
Bond.
y'all say.
I got
You got Bond. Right. I'm gonna give my reasons.
Could beat you with a rolled up magazine the way Jason can.
You got Bond. Okay. Well, I got Bond for the clear reason. Dude's immortal. He keeps coming back, fam. Keeps coming back. Bond's not one person.
He's not. You're right. That, That's just the type. That's the title of that agent that you're 007. Whether you're Roger Moore, Sean Connery, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig, you're still Bond. Daniel Craig is an underrated Bond. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the best Bond?
I would roll with Bond too.
I'm a big fucking James Bond fan, and Daniel Craig, and I said this on Twitter that Daniel Craig rounded out the character for me the way that Heath Ledger rounded out the Joker for me. That now I understand this character and why he is the way he is. Now I get it. Daniel Craig did that for Bond.
Well, I see that.
I see that. Daniel Craig did a great job of Bond, to be honest. They needed a revamp after Pierce Brosnan nearly fucking killed it.
Come on. Pierce did a good job too. It's just that
I'm not okay with Pierce, fam. I'm not okay with Pierce. Pierce literally transformed himself from Irish to English in that fucking movie.
I thought GoldenEye was good.
Hey, this is a little out in left field, man. But what about in fantasy land? But what about Bond versus the Joker?
Bond versus the Joker.
Which Joker though?
The Heath Ledger Joker, the Jack Nicholson Joker. Which one?
And which Bond is it? Like,
Oh,
those
shit, he got
motherfuckers keep coming back. If you've got Jared Leto versus fucking like Sean Connery's gonna
I
kill
was
him.
gonna say if it's Sean Connery versus Jack Nicholson, you gotta fight. If it's Sean Connery versus Jared Leto, fuck out of here. I don't even consider that.
I ain't like his character, the Joker. I ain't like.
I don't like him.
I'll be honest, I didn't like Joaquin Phoenix, man. I didn't like Joaquin Phoenix.
I feel where it was going with the Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is more mental patient than criminal mastermind.
Yeah. I get that, but I can't even take him serious ever since he fell in love with a computer, man.
I ain't see that shit yet, man.
You don't need to see that shit, fam. Although to be fair, like it's a sexy computer. It's Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
I actually like Ledger's Joker myself, man. I think Heath Ledger's Joker was that.
He did a good job. He
He
drove himself insane, though.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That method acting, that'll get you. You. But he made the character make sense because I always wondered why the get up, why the jokes, why the shtick, and Heath Ledger made it make sense that this guy's life is so fucked up that he can't help but laugh about it because that's how fucked up his life is. Yeah. Now it makes sense. Like that about that. Although I will say that Ben Affleck was a better Batman than Christian Bale, and I'll argue with any one of you about that shit.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I can't argue. I'm not gonna argue.
I'm not gonna argue.
A better fucking Batman than Christian Bale's voice in those movies hurt my eyes. You have to do what's right.
What's right.
A lot of people, but look, a lot of people ain't like being Affleck's Batman, but I understand where they was going with that Batman in that movie. It was like a whole different Batman had nobody never seen, and that's why couldn't nobody fuck with it.
Who's your favorite Batman though?
Ben Affleck. Next to him, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I was gonna say between.
I thought Michael Keaton probably number one. Michael Keaton.
Who remembers when they put nipples on the bat suit?
Yo, that George Clooney. That's the worst Batman by far. George Clooney, worst Batman by fucking far.
Oh my god,
that was Yo, it was like an episode of ER, like ER with some bondage shit in the suit.
Like, whose idea was it to put fucking nipple? Like, why would you think that nipples on the bat suit is a good idea? Like, who are the nipples for, dog?
Yeah, but shout out to that movie for one thing, giving us Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
That worked. As far as an aesthetic, that actually worked. But nipples on the bat suit. Like, somebody write you and tell you, yo, please put nipples on the bat suit. Because we can't see Batman's nipples, and that's essential to the plot. It's got to have nipples. It's got to have nipples, man.
He said it's essential to the plot.
Oh, man.
Does nobody ever rate Val Kilmer as a good Batman?
Bro, I think a lot of people block that out like a trauma. Like, you know, when you go through a traumatic event.
Nobody rates that.
He said people block it out. That's funny, man.
Yeah,
So nobody.
But it was the most sensitive of all the Batman Forever, man. It was
Val
sensitive.
Kilmer, this guy walks around with his mouth half open when his mouth is closed, dog. Like,
You can just follow the trail and drool.
Jesus, Julius.
Go back and look at the posters. Go back and look at the posters. He looked like he was blowing kisses at the camera. Like,
oh my God.
Since we're on Batman, let's just throw it out there. Let's just throw it out there. Who is the most underrated in all the Batmans? One person, one actor, one character. Go.
Ben Affleck, man.
Yeah.
You think Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
I personally think Danny DeVito is the Penguin.
Wait a minute. Well, we can talk about anybody. We can talk about anybody, right?
What about Jim Carrey as the Riddler?
Nah, I'll say Jack Nicholson as the Joker. He was really fucking sinister, man. He was
sinister, like, yeah, for sure. I'm not big on Jim Carrey as the Riddler, by the way. He played it a bit too gay for me, just a bit too gay.
Pajamas. He was wearing a pair of pajamas with a bunch of questions in them, like, yo, do I got a dick or do I got a pussy?
Bro, he was closer to playing Poison Ivy. He was closer to playing Poison Ivy than he was.
Oh God.
He almost went transgender halfway through the film.
Oh, he was wearing a leotard with questions on it. Like, my girl, my God.
That's one of them movies you think is good when you're young, but then when you watch it, you get old, you're like, this shit fucking trash.
Yeah.
All right. Who was the worst? Who was the worst villain?
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Or none.
Schwarzenegger. Mr. Freeze.
Bruh, a dude with that accent trying to give off one-liners like, you'll need to cool off.
I'm sorry, bro, but for comical brilliance, Arnold in that movie is actually the best thing for comedy. That's funnier than the fucking nipples on the batsuit.
This is shit to get me. He was so fucking stiff in the fucking suit. Those motherfuckers could hardly tell his neck and shit. Yeah, that's what fucked it up for me.
He was stiff as a
He was stiff as the shit in that damn outfit.
He reminded me of the robot from the freaking
Bro, he reminded me of
Kumo D's Wild West video, man. The robot in there for that was part of Doctor Yoda.
Bro, the dude was literally a frozen Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. Dude was coming in looking for a heart.
Oh man!
I'll say the worst superhero movie that I've ever seen is the old Captain America. That shit was
that shit horrible. That shit was horrible.
Terrible.
Trash.
You talking about the one from like 1991, 1990?
Yep.
Yeah.
That shit horrible.
Yeah, it was so horrible. I don't even think I saw it.
I have an unpopular opinion on this.
No.
Bro, I didn't like the Avengers Endgame, man.
I did, and I'm a big. When I was very young, I was very much into the comic. Like I still know how to draw, and I was very much into the comics, and I was satisfied with the end of that movie. I was satisfied.
Yeah, I fuck with comics. I fuck with the MCU though. No, I'm gonna tell you the main reason why I like it. Everybody was like, "Oh, you a nerd? You must seen all." I have seen all of them, but the main reason why I like that shit is because that's some shit that has never been done. You got all these movies combined to this one climax.
Hustle took the words out of my mouth that as a kid, I knew they didn't, because I saw that in America, right? I knew that at the time when I was young, a movie like that was not possible. So now that they was able to adapt that story to the big screen, it was very satisfying for me. For somebody.
Oh, hold on. I changed my answer.
What's your answer?
Fucking Captain Marvel was trash.
It was.
Yeah.
It was trash. It was
overrated. So
It's Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. I don't like. She don't have no emotions or nothing.
None.
well,
She can
it's
fuck right off, man.
look, the character that she's playing, right? She was okay in the Avengers movies, the brief moments where she was on the screen, but she don't need a movie for herself. That's the shit. Like this character is not like fuck out of here, man. Like I don't want to watch 2 hours of this bitch. Like get out of here. Like I don't want to watch 2 hours of this bitch, man.
And a lot of people don't know the actual Captain Marvel. The first Captain Marvel was a black woman.
Facts.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. You off. The first Captain.
No, it was.
Matter of fact, you right. You right. You right. It
This
was
came out when
mask. It was the
when the
chick.
white woman came out. She was Miss Marvel. Then the black girl was Captain Marvel.
Nah, they skipped. No, they
Monica
skipped.
Rambeau.
They,
You seen the movie, right?
they skipped a step, bro, because it was the black woman was already there, and they had a dude named Marvel. He died of cancer, and then they brought in the girl. I know because I had the book. He stopped some old gas shit, and they gave him cancer, and he died. Next thing you know, it's a girl.
Yeah, it was Miss Marvel. But Captain Marvel was Monica Rambeau. In the movie, the little girl is Monica Rambeau.
That's
She's
true.
the black woman's daughter. That's the first Captain Marvel. That's the actual first Captain Marvel. It's a little black girl in the movie.
You know, here's one for you, bro. I just want. What do you guys think of Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot?
I like it. I think they did.
I like her.
I like it.
Yeah, I liked it.
They
Yeah.
did the character justice because I didn't think you look at her costume, right? The way that she's been doing for the last couple of years. It's basically a fucking bathing suit. That's what she's wearing, a bathing suit. So
Pretty much.
what they did with the character was fucking ingenious. It was ingenious.
Well, let me say one thing. I don't care about the plot line, man. I'm a big Gal Gadot fan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm
She
looking
don't even need to speak.
Facts.
but when she does,
But when she does, it does something else too, fam.
Yeah.
That accent's on point.
It's to another level. A whole nother level.
I'll say
Ooh, yeah.
as far as the Spider-Man movies go, who was your favorite Spider-Man?
Ooh.
I said Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Me too, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
That's
Tobey
the
was
Spider-Man I grew up with.
I like him in number one, but when he starts like doing that shit where he starts going into the dark side of like Venom and shit, that shit was weird, man. That was like he's dancing on the street acting like he's Gene fucking Kelly and singing in the rain, mate.
Yeah. I didn't like that. That shit was corny. Like Sam Raimi's another one who he got too many sequels and he fucked it up. Like, bruh, you shouldn't even tell that story. You ain't got enough film reel to tell that story. You know that you're not gonna make a fourth movie, so why would you choose to tell this story when you need at least 2 movies to tell this story? Don't do Venom. Forget Venom. It's too many. It's too many parts of the story. Don't do that story.
Venom's a great character, by the way, if it can do
Yeah.
it. But nobody's done it right. Nobody's done it right.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Yo, that's one of my top villains in Marvel is Venom.
Easy money, man. Venom has more potential than nearly any villain outside of the Joker.
Absolutely.
As far as drawing, I liked Venom as far as drawing, but as far as like story and plot, ain't a lot there. You hate Peter, you found a suit, and you want to kill him. Man, that's it. There's not a lot to him. You know, at least Thanos has some shit to him. You know what I mean? He want to kill half the universe.
Yeah.
That's some ambitious shit. Ambitious shit.
Ambitious shit. Yeah, but here's the thing I've never got with him, and this is what fucking throws me off with Thanos. Why is it he only wants to kill half the universe?
Because of balance, he feels there's too many fucking people. He rode the 6 train one day, and there's too many fucking people around, and he decided, yo, some of y'all motherfuckers gotta go, man. Like it's not enough food for y'all motherfuckers, man.
Pretty much.
Think about it this way: this COVID shit would not be going on if Thanos was around. Talk about social distancing. Yeah, what happened?
That's for sure.
That's for motherfucking sure. I know at some point we're gonna have to talk some boxing, but
yeah, eventually.
At some point we're gonna have to, but
yeah,
everybody, this is what we're gonna talk about, even though it's a tied subject. Everybody coming at Javonte Davis, Teofimo coming at him, Ryan coming at him. Even Abner Mares just came at him talking about once he hit that celebrity, he's gonna self-destruct. And I think he's doing that already.
Yeah, I agree. Ryan, his ass needs volume or something, man, because he's talking too much shit.
Now, I like that he's talking shit because it wouldn't make sense for Lomachenko, right? Like, say it was Lomachenko. If Lomachenko was still talking shit about Davis, it'll look funny. It'll look like, what, you need him or something? Like, why you still even focusing on him? If it was anybody else, they can't get away with it. But because Ryan is young, like Davis is young, it makes sense. So it makes sense for him to pop shit. Like, look, you protected motherfucker, you stumpy motherfucker, you can't go to 140. You're going to get beat up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I see what you're saying.
They was the fight. I gotta go with Ryan Garcia.
I think he might get him just because.
Of course.
Right now, yeah.
Right now.
If it was when the way he was earlier before all this, he started doing all this stupid shit, I might have picked him. But now, no, he's not even training that good now.
No, yeah, that's what I was gonna allude to too.
Yeah,
the Javonte Davis from 3 years ago, I would have picked him, but it's 3 years later, so I can't pick him. You needed 12 rounds for game.
How do we fix this shit with Javonte though? You know me, Julius. You know me. I want to see the fighters all achieve the best things possible. I really do. No matter what I think of them, I want to see the best fighters really become the best fighters. Right? This dude could become one of the biggest wastes of talent in boxing history.
I think he gets too much credit for that. Look.
For the Pedraza when he does, yeah, but he has a lot of potential. He's just not achieving it.
I disagree. Look, a lot is made of Broner's potential, right? A lot is made of Davis.
Not by me.
I'll put it this way. A lot of people talk like Adrian Broner was going to take the world by storm. Bro, you was just trying to be like Floyd. That's all you was doing. You was a carbon copy. You was a store brand. You ain't even a store brand Floyd Mayweather.
Great value Floyd Mayweather.
You were Canal Street. You were Canal Street counterfeit Floyd Mayweather. Like, you was never going to be that. Davis, all right, you took on a killer and you won. Pedraza. Aside from that, what else? What about your squandered potential? It's a lot of up and comers that got the same potential that he has and more. And to me, they got more ceilings than he does, because with him, it was always a situation to where you can't go but so high, bro. You ain't but 5'6". You ain't gonna make it at 140. You ain't gonna make it at 147.
Dog food.
Yeah, but Davis's biggest mistake, in my opinion, was being and hanging around Broner. I mean, and look at that when they caught him on that video, and like Broner kissed him on the cheek and stuff and all that. I mean, it's like, really, y'all just gonna.
First of all, right, we're not going to be talking about Brokeback Baltimore, right? Secondly, the thing with Davis, right? I think his biggest thing, and it may be unpopular, is him signing with Floyd, fam. He needed to be in there getting tougher fights and getting them on and getting actual opponents. If he had been with Oscar, or if he had been with Eddie, or if he had been with Bob, this dude would have had those couple of fights while he was coming up off of Pedraza. They would have been building them into something a bit better.
Yeah, they don't know how to groom.
And he'd have that experience factor.
If you think about it, he's with the TMT, right? That's his promotional outfit, because he, unlike a lot of other PBC fighters, he actually does have a promoter. And what stars has TMT actually produced, though? Like who?
No.
J. Leon Love, bro.
Badu Jack.
No, hold on. TMT didn't produce Badu Jack.
No, they didn't.
TMT signed him after he'd already been an established fighter.
Right. You're right.
The only is Caleb with TMT, or is he just out of the Mayweather gym?
No, he's out of the Mayweather gym, but they're not his promoters. They're not his. That's not his outfit that he's with. I think he's a Tom Brown guy. I would have to check, but I'm pretty sure he's not a TMT fighter.
Yeah, I mean, the only star from TMT, Tank ain't even a star, is Floyd, and it'll remain that way as long as Floyd is there. Yeah, because Floyd ain't gonna want to build anybody to ever possibly overachieve him, no matter what he says.
Well,
that dude's egomaniacal and one of the highest narcissists you'll ever come across.
We're giving him too much credit, because who says Floyd even knows how to groom a fighter? There's a difference between being a fighter and being able to groom a fighter, and that's not his talent. He don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say Oscar knows how to groom a fighter better than Floyd to bring him along the right way and put him in the right situations so that he develops as a fighter.
Yeah, that's not the only thing Oscar knows how to ground. Okay.
Oh, you shit.
Oscar trying to get Ryan Garcia a $700 million deal.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
did.
Really?
Yeah.
he's trying
Yeah.
to.
Got a
Yeah,
couple
he
months.
said.
Yeah. He even threw in a free pair of fishnets.
No.
It's
he's
the
never
truth,
gonna
though. I
win
mean, if you think about it, you know, TMT, the Mayweather promotions, they've been around long enough that they should have had more going on than just Javonte Davis. And if you really look at their stable of fighters, that's all they got going on. That's
Yeah.
it. Ain't nobody else over there. Who else is over there? I keep hearing about fucking Rolly. I don't know if Rolly is a TMT fighter, but I keep hearing about him. What, y'all trying to big him up now? What did he do that I should give a shit?
Right.
Aside from name drop, who was it? Who was it that Rolly was name dropping? Ryan Garcia? Like, come on, B. You name dropping prospects out here. That
Right.
means
Bro.
you really ain't got shit going on.
Bro, give
Yeah,
me
that's
Javonte
bad.
Davis. Let me promote Javonte. I'll make him into a proper fighter. Fuck that shit. I'll make him a proper fighter. I'll take him
Well,
straight
Floyd
up
ain't
to
doing the
big.
job.
I'll take
Shit.
bro. I'll grab him by the neck. I'll drag him up to fucking Big Bear. I don't even care who's training him. Because who's training Tank now?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Exactly.
Shit,
Exactly. There you go.
Nope.
Drag him up to Big Bear. Give him with Abel Sanchez. None of his homies are gonna be fucking rocking up to Big Bear with a 6-pack, are they?
Nah.
Get him some fucking stamina, get him on the pads, get him down in weight, get him fucking focusing on it, and get him to come out and try and blow people the fuck out of the water.
Listen, man, he doesn't want that shit. He doesn't want that shit. Al Heyman overall treats the PBC stable of fighters, including the TMT portion of it. He treats them like they're recording artists. He gives them dreams of you're gonna make Mayweather. No, you're not, bro. You're not gonna make that money. You understand that shit?
It's
Al,
real shit.
You need to go through so much to achieve. People like outside of whatever type of critiques you can have on Floyd, he fought some real fucking fighters, man.
He
Exactly.
did.
Real fighters.
He put the work in.
Bro, he had to
Yeah,
beat
you gotta
Oscar
put
to
in that
become the
work.
guy. He had to beat Oscar to become that guy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
remember, and what kills me about that shit is he fought Oscar at Oscar's weight.
Right.
Oscar was the A side. Oscar, he had to acquiesce to all of Oscar's demands, and he came out on top in that situation. That
Exactly.
sacrifice, bro. That's the kind of sacrifice that most of these guys is not trying to make.
Especially
But see,
with,
Right.
the thing with Javonte and what they did with Javonte is this. Javonte Davis is not a boxing star. He is just a star. They have just made him into
He
a
ain't a
star.
star though. He ain't the star.
That's the
No.
fuck.
Oh, he in everybody's mouth and everything. They done made
He's not
they
really,
trying
but
to
he
build him into a star.
He's a
bro,
Twitter
he
star.
ain't
You got
a
guys.
star.
You
He's a
got
star.
guys like Jamal Charlo, right? They offer you $7 million fucking dollars, right? And you don't believe it in yourself enough to get that $7 million and go beat Andre, man. Just if you believe in yourself, go get your money. But he don't
Right.
believe in himself. You don't
Well,
believe
hey, Julius, this alludes to exactly what you were talking about. How a lot of these younger dudes and all this, and these newer guys are soft. It's precisely because of what you said that they're not putting in making the sacrifice and putting in enough hard work, and that's why a lot of them are soft. That's why you got these older fighters like the other day when we were talking about how Pacquiao at 40 is still coming out and beating some of these younger dudes because they're soft, because they're not putting in the work.
And that's the shit. 40-year-old Pacquiao should not be out here beating an undefeated welterweight champion. If he is, that has a lot to do with that welterweight champion and what kind of quote unquote champion he is.
No fire, no desire.
Ring it's about self-discipline. That's what they lack.
Yeah.
They lack Javonte. He lacks self-discipline. Goddamn,
big time.
He lacks self-discipline.
Absolutely.
Danny Garcia lacks self-discipline.
They lack ambition, man. They don't have no ambition. Like it look a lot like they don't understand what business they're like. You in a hurt business, bro. You gotta want to hurt motherfuckers. If it's
Who's the most ambitious? Who's the most ambitious over at PBC?
I would say, there are. I would say I still think Caleb Plant is ambitious. I still think David Benavidez is ambitious. I see fire
If that's because I'll tell you the reason for that. That's because they're still kind of like in the mold of not getting the biggest paydays ever. But the other thing about them is they're in a division where they have to be ambitious for people to know who the fuck they are.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. Because 168 has never been a glamour weight. That's never been one of the glamour weights.
Even when it was arguably the best division in boxing in the early 2010s.
Yeah, that was that division. That division gets. I would say it gets a little bit more of attention than cruiserweight because cruiserweight a lot of times is the forgotten weight class. But 168 ain't one of the glamour weights, so you got to fight somebody for them to look at you, dog. Either that or go to 75, and they ain't trying to do that. You don't want to be up there with them people, dog. Joe Smith will lay you out here. You don't want to be up there with them guys. Later Alvarez will lay somebody out here. Could you imagine that shit? Shit.
Damn.
That's the most, to me, that's the most that is one of the most underrated weight classes, light heavyweight. Everybody and they mother up there is a fucking killer.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Bro, even Callum fucking Johnson will lay a fucking guy out, man.
Exactly. Let Callum Johnson catch you with a punch that you don't see. It's a wrap, bro. He dropped better beef. Bostick couldn't drop better beef.
So, well, I mean, better beef's been dropped.
He has. He got dropped 2 times. He got dropped.
I like how you spent that though. Bostick couldn't drop him. Yeah, he couldn't.
But ain't that saying something though? That's how wild it is up there, dog. Callum Johnson could catch you slipping, dog. He could catch you slipping and hurt you, dog. Let one of these fancy foot motherfuckers go up there. You can't be a prima donna up there. That's why Zerto can't get no fights because he's trying to be a prima donna. You got to fight a killer, bro. Ain't no 2 ways about it. Otherwise, go back down to 168 then if you could still make it.
You guys think Sergey Kovalev can still be a factor at 75?
No, I don't.
Not at all?
No, he's done.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, dog. It's a wrap. I'm still holding out hope that I get to see Joe Smith Jr. versus Callum Johnson.
Oh, that's
you and me are in the same boat, bro. I don't know what it is about me, but however long that's gonna be like Makabu versus Kudryashov, isn't it?
Yeah,
those two are gonna go hell for leather, beat the shit out of each other, and someone's gonna go.
Yeah,
we just don't know who yet.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking
That's the beauty of it. It's the beauty of it.
I won't even predict that. I'll just sit there morbidly waiting to see if one of these guys ends up in a hospital.
Yeah, they one of them will though. The reason why Canelo's not bigger than Mayweather is because he doesn't have a Pacquiao. Conor McGregor, Oscar De La Hoya, he has no one to match his star power. But Mayweather had these guys. I mean, I can't say that's necessarily true because he had Golovkin. You know, he did have. That was his arch nemesis for.
Well, Golovkin wasn't the same level of star as those men mentioned.
That's a fair point. That is a fair. He didn't have a massive fan base. That is a fair point. Not on the level of a Pacquiao's fan base. Nowhere near.
Or a McGregor's or a De La Hoya's.
That is fair. That is fair. But that was his arch nemesis for at least 2 years. None of these guys. Look, none of the guys at 68 or 60 have the kind of following that he has. So in that realm, that you got to have a big fan base for it to be meaningful. You're not gonna find that in none of them weight classes.
There isn't a division he can go into that can build that type of fan base. Like it just can't. But
you know why it's happening? Because everybody and their mother is looking at him when they're supposed to be looking at each other. Like, look, I can't fucking get Canelo, so let me go beat the shit out of Andre, and then let me go beat the shit out of Rob Brandt. And then let me go beat the shit out of Derevianchenko. And then let me go beat the shit out of... Ain't nobody doing that. They all looking at him.
And then when you look at, like, even at 175, it can't happen because those guys, they'll never be stars in America. They won't.
They won't.
Like, if Beterbiev's name was something like fucking Clinton Brown or something, and he fought like that and he was American, then you could have something.
Hold on. Black and brown boxing. Charlo can be Canelo's. Why can't he be Canelo's rival?
Huh?
What is Charlo doing to get his game up? Like, what is he doing, black and brown? He don't even want to fucking fight Andre. So what is he doing? He turned down $7 million to fight Andre, but he supposed to be Canelo's rival based on what?
Hold on, Julius. Black and brown. I'm extending the offer. I'll take you under my wing. I'll teach you some boxing.
Because I
know you well, brother. That's a no. That's a no. He can't be his rival.
That's a hell no.
What's the hell? Like I don't understand that. Like
I'll tell you what Charlo needs to do. I'll tell you what Charlo needs to do to become his rival. Are you ready? Right? Charlo goes in, knocks out Andre,
right?
Retires Golovkin. Yep. Right? This is what he needs to do for this fight to become mega. He needs to retire Golovkin, beat Andre, move up to 168, and beat Benavidez, a Mexican fighter, and then all of a sudden, fam, you've got something. But that ain't gonna fucking happen, bro.
I'm gonna tell you,
right?
Right. Look at
sure ain't gonna happen.
Look at everything Floyd Mayweather did before he got the Oscar De La Hoya fight. Look at all the work he put in before he got that fight.
35, 40, 47. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't gonna happen overnight, and that's the problem. You got guys like Charlo, they want it to happen overnight. Like, bro, the best name on your resume is Julian Williams, and he just got starched by a banana. That's the best fucking name on your resume. You gotta put in the work. You gotta want to fight them Derevyanchenko's and them guys like that. If you don't want to fight them, you never gonna be a star. I tell you that shit.
Not getting decisions against Korobov, gift decisions.
Word. That Korobov fight, that shit hurt him, and that was supposed to be a showcase fight for him.
Right.
That's the problem with a lot of these. That's the problem with a lot of these younger dudes nowadays. They all think that shit's just supposed to come to them and happen overnight, and it's not.
And that's because Al Fillet, he blows smoke up they asshole, telling them that they stars when reality you're not a star, bro. Motherfuckers don't really care about your fights like that. They don't. Like, I'm sorry. The only way motherfuckers will watch your fight is if it's on fucking Fox, bro, a free network. Other than that, motherfuckers not checking for you.
People need to remember, like, something Floyd did better than that. Like, I don't like Kellerman, but he talks about this really well. You know, playing the fight game, right? So something that's big is the Mexican fan base in America. It's massive. It's huge. Building up the Mexicans to hate you, build something. And what Floyd did, the fights against Castillo, the Guerrero Hernandezes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, this is all before when he fought Gatti, he got the Italians pissed off. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is shit that he did when he beat Jesus Chavez. When he did this, Diego Corrales, he was beating guys who were loved by their fan bases. Loved. He became the Antichrist. When he went in there with Oscar, everybody and their mum wanted Oscar to beat the shit out of him. And when Floyd came out with that was it. When Floyd came out with that, it was over for everyone. It was over. Every opponent thereafter, every opponent for the rest of his career, they all wanted him to lose. Every single person.
But that's the crazy shit, that if you put these guys in that situation where they have to deal with a marquee fighter that has a bigger name than they do, what do these guys do? They start acting like prima donnas. They fuck it up for themselves. That you got career-defining moments at your feet, and what do? You got fucking delusions of grandeur. You don't even want to take a risk. Like, bruh, that was a risk for Floyd. Floyd don't belong nowhere near no motherfucking 154 pounds, but he had to do that for Oscar. If I want that fight and I want to get in the ring with this guy, I gotta do that. I gotta take that one. I gotta make that sacrifice. These cats ain't trying to do that, bro. Who the fuck are you to turn down $7 million for Demetrius Andrade? Like, what, are you crazy?
You never made $7 million.
You never even made $7 million.
That's like Wilder turning down the 120 mil from the Zone. Same thing, you know.
Oh, man, I ain't even gonna get into Wilder. Like, he another one. Like, bro, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You fucked up the Klitschko shit. You didn't want to challenge Klitschko. You don't want to fucking fight Joshua unless he gives you half. Please get the fuck out of here. Just stop boxing. Go to MMA. I don't want that shit.
Or the WWE or something else.
Word, get the fuck out of here. Like,
go knock out Braun Strowman in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Word, you go do that WWE shit, man. Like, and like I say, motherfuckers always ask me why you always coming after the PBC. Well, it's because all they fighters do that same shit. They all do that. what the fuck does Caleb Plant sound like saying I sent an offer to Triple G? What the fuck are you gonna offer Triple G, dog? What the, are you serious? And you expect people to believe that shit? No. And I like Caleb Plant, but I'm saying, like, bro, really? You want us to believe that you sent him an offer? He has an exclusivity contract with the Zone. So what the fuck offer did you send him, dog?
And even if you did send him an offer, how much is it? Right, first of all, and what's Triple G getting a fight? 16 million?
Right. Something like that, because it's a 6-fight deal. Shit. So
yeah, he's on
like that.
What's his full contract at?
I think he's got a 6-fight deal, but he also gets to stage his cards for his promotional outfit on the Zone with his fighters because he has a stable of fighters.
Yeah, so he's getting mad pay, right? Yeah. But let's just say it's 16 million a fight, roughly, right? A 6-fight deal, working out at $100 million, right? So Caleb Plant needs to get that fight to be more than $16 million. So that is first of all, it needs to be on pay-per-view if it's not on the Zone, because that's static fee from the Zone. Secondly, that Triple G, with the way he's been going lately, his fandom is dwindling. And outside of Canelo, he's never done massive numbers. Like, he's never done anything on pay-per-view. Outside of Canelo, he's done nothing.
Not yet.
Caleb Plant, no one knows who the fuck that dude is. No one knows who the fuck that dude is.
He made him an offer, though. He made him an offer to wash his car on Saturday. He made him an offer to wash his car on Saturday. That's what he made him.
That boy needs to do at least 350K pay-per-view to break even, bro.
Fucking made him an offer. He said he made Callum Smith an offer. I'm like, bro, like is that how bad it's gotten over there that motherfuckers got to start lying about shit? Like, who you expect to believe that? You made him an offer? What'd you offer him? The fuck you offer? Breakfast?
Here you go, Caleb. Here you go, Caleb.
No, not just breakfast, a continental.
I'll tell you who he's made. I'll tell you who he's made an offer to. Vincent Fagan boots the rematch.
Exactly, right? Like, come on, dog. You out here fighting the fucking Subway guy, but you got money to make a offer. Come on, and it's ridiculous. And I never seen the sport in this state to where, like, yo, it's always been a little bit of ducking. It has. And it's always been a little bit of politics. It has. There have always been politics in boxing. Yes. But not like this. You got a whole gang of motherfuckers that don't want to fight nobody, bro. They literally don't want to fight nobody. Like, then what the fuck? Then what appeal do you expect to have, bro?
This is where I respect Dillian Whyte. That dude's free smoke, pretty much, isn't he?
Yeah. He don't care who it is. Pavek.
He's got a champion's resume.
Yeah.
A heavyweight.
Yep.
He's beat Joey Parker, he's beat Oscar Rivas, and he's beat Chisora twice.
Mm-hmm. And he down to fight Povetkin. And he down.
His next fight schedule for Povetkin. Fuck's sake, man.
Well, Dylan White fight any fucking body. Don't matter.
Wilder didn't want to fight him.
Of course he didn't.
That was the strangest fucking shit. Like, dog, you risk, like, I'm gonna say this, right? The Luis Ortiz fight, right? That was a risky fight for Wilder, but you decided to have that fight, right? You was willing to take on that risk for $1.5 million. I'll
tell you why, but Julius, it's not because of Wilder. And I believe that. I think it's Al. The reason why it's in-house. If that belt is lost, what can Al do? Stage in-house fights. He can keep it in-house. Keep it away from fucking Hearn. Because you know Dillian Whyte comes in, he goes in, he knocks out fucking he goes and knock out Wilder. All of a sudden, matchroom with all the belts, just like they have now. Well, not now, but like Fury. But the belts aren't with PBC anymore. PBC were in the perfect position. They were in the best position ever. They fucked it up. In the next two fights, what happened? In the next two fights from there, what happened? All the belts are gone. Sophia's in England, man. Like, all that shit. For the first time ever in the history of Ring Magazine, the top 3 heavyweights are all in the UK.
Yeah. He's doing it big.
PBC fucked it up, man.
No, they did. I mean, it's not even a question, because if you go back to the Charles Martin fight, right? Anybody that saw that fight, if you was on your job, you'd have said, yo, we going to get Wilder in there with Charles Martin. Charles ain't win that belt. Glasgow's fucked up ankle lost that. You know what I'm saying? That's what cost him the belt.
And you know something? A bit of morbid curiosity. If that didn't happen, I really wish that I could have seen how that fight would have planned out. Like, would Glasgow have outpointed him, or would Charles Martin have clipped him? I'm still interested to this day because that was an intriguing fight.
I'm gonna say that Charles Martin had a pretty. I remember reviewing the fight. I reviewing Charles Martin, and he used to look decent. I'm not gonna say that he was great, but he used to look decent. He had a.
Well, his best win before that. Who was it?
I think it was Zambano Love.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Rafael Zambano Love.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have much of a resume, but as far as he was undefeated. He's a statuesque southpaw. He can punch. It looks all right. I've seen worse. And if you watch the fight, like if you're Wilder's people, you're Shelly Finkel, you're watching Charles Martin, you see how he wins the belt, and you don't jump all over that. Like, yo, we need to fight that guy because that's another belt we could win. Nah,
A-Ring.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna say this about Wilder, and I really don't want to talk about him no more for real. But I'm gonna say this one last thing. No, I mean it ain't nothing against y'all now, but it's a shame and sad. He's so delusional and strong up on himself. He can't see the bullshit in front of him, and it's like this: Al Heyman, your team, your fake ass fans. They don't believe in you, dog.
That's true.
They don't believe in you. Why you think this man never fought Joseph Parker? They didn't want to see you. They know your ass can't fight. They know your ass can't fight.
Yeah.
They never wanted to see you fight Joshua. Hell, the only reason why you got free because he was on a 3-year layoff.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fury was like
some motherfuckers. They wouldn't even. They negotiated this man. He's so blind. They negotiated him out of signing with his own on his biggest payday.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at it like this with Fury.
He blind, and it's sad.
Fans are just as blind as he is, and delusional.
Yeah.
I don't think they are, though. I don't think they are. I think they're clever. Let me give you the reason why. They have made a lot of money off of all of this and all of the bullshit. I don't even think half of them believe half the shit they spew. And the reason why is it's too stupid to believe it. They are literally they are drinking from that well until it runs dry because they have to, fam. They have to. Julius knows. Me and Julius understand like monetization to some extent here on the YouTube thing. And we know how much they be making. We have a very good idea of how much they're making. And they're making a lot of peas, bro. A lot of peas off Wilder. And then when we look at that Spence shit, Julius, you've looked at the Spence videos, the Tank videos. Yeah. It's like a 10% of the revenue, bro.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. If they constantly made back-to-back videos about Wilder, back-to-back videos just about Wilder, it's because they get more AdSense bread off of that than any other subject. Why you think they don't know shit about any other weight class? They literally don't know shit about no other weight classes. Just heavyweight, welterweight, and Canelo. That's all they know. That's it. Like,
damn. Hold on, Q. Hold on, Ray. You know what? I just noticed that shit.
You're right,
bro. It's the truth.
Right.
I just noticed that shit. That's all they talk about.
Y'all right.
All they talk about is heavyweight, welterweight, and Canelo Alvarez and whatever Canelo is doing. Other than that, you think they know who MJ Akhmadaliev is? Fuck no, they don't know who the fuck that is. They know who fucking Ray Vargas is or Emmanuel Navarrete. They don't know who the fuck those people are.
Julius, I had one of them once say, I don't know shit about boxing, and I brought him onto my show once, right? To debate him. And I just asked him one simple question. It was a simple question to me. I asked him what's his thoughts on Carlos Canizales. Dude literally jumped off the panel instantly.
Hey, Ring.
Yo.
I don't mean to interrupt. My phone about to die. I'ma holler at y'all. Y'all be blessed. Have a good day.
I be good, yo.
All right, brother. Have a good night, man.
Like,
take care, bro. Take care.
If you talk to them guys about some like I don't know, some Apti Daptaev or some Philippe Hergovic, bro, they gonna think you speaking another language. They don't even know who the fuck those people are.
Well, you are speaking another language. You're speaking Russian and Croatian. Right. Well, let's do this. I remember T. You know T Street. I like T Street. T Street.
I like T Street. I like
T Street. T Street. One day he decided that what he was gonna do was he was gonna like just hijack Fanon's stream. So he went over there and screen shared it, and Fanon started like nearly crying. And Fanon was responding to him, and T Street's like, "I'm here to talk about boxing." He's like, "Well, let's talk about boxing." He's like, "Yo, what do you think about the 115-pound champion for the IBF?" Fanon's face, bruh. He just looked fluxed. He had no ankasme, you know what I mean? He just looked fluxed. T Street was laughing his ass off, like.
Bro, because it's because it's like, look, I'm not against nobody getting money. I'm not against nobody getting. Yo, who got that mic shit? Dan, you gotta turn that shit off, man.
Okay, it's probably me. Hold on.
You Dan. Oh.
Yeah, but like, I'm not against anybody making money however they gotta make money, right? It's just that you sending out some stupid ass fucking people that show up on my channel and try to talk shit to me, and that's what creates the problem. That if them motherfuckers would stay in their lane, bro, I wouldn't even know who the fuck you are. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know who you are, what you be talking about. But you lie to motherfuckers on a regular basis, and they'll go to my channel or Mark's channel, popping shit like they know what the fuck they talking about. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck told you this dumb shit? Like, where did you get it from?
I had one of them fools tell me one time that the fighters didn't need skills because it was the heavyweight division.
Dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
Yo, yeah, you were right. You were totally right. You know, Larry Holmes had absolutely no skills because he was a heavyweight.
Right.
Fuck out. You don't need skills. Yo, I'm telling you right now, bro.
I told that dude he was the most pathetic boxing fan. I go, how can you even call yourself a boxing fan after that kind of statement?
Like, dog, like it's like they cornered the market. They cornered the market on casuals. I'm not mad at that. Get your money. But as soon as one of them casuals poked their head out the ground trying to show up on my channel talking shit, that's what started it. I had a lot of people showing up on my channel popping extra shit. I'm like, yo, where the fuck did they get this information from? Because I don't like, how could you miss all this shit? And then I found out, oh, this is where they got it from this goofy motherfucker.
Right.
And I like casuals, by the way. I actually do. Because without them, I've no sport to watch.
That's true. They serve.
They do serve.
They serve a greater purpose. But man, when I have some dudes coming on and telling me that I'm a casual because I mentioned a boxer they don't know about, that cracks me up.
No, you know what cracks me up when you tell them like, yo, look, you know he knew he got more fans than both the Charlo brothers put together, right? You know that, right? You know Ryota Murata got more fans than that.
You know Ryota Murata's got more fans than Canelo, right?
Dead ass, if you're gonna be honest. I never seen 30 million people tune into a Canelo fight, bro. Like,
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying because Kazuto Ioka got more. Like, let's be real. If you could actually get like TV numbers, if they could do it in the Philippines, could you imagine what Pacquiao would be doing, bro?
Pacquiao would be doing crazy.
That dude gets 60 million people tuning in. The whole country goes on standby when Pacquiao fights, mate.
And you tell these motherfuckers that shit, like, you'll go as far as telling them this shit. Show them the listings that corroborate what you're saying. And they'll still try to act stupid. I'm like, all right, I understand. All y'all motherfuckers is slow then. That's what it is. Like, you just some non-reading ass motherfuckers. Because you seem to think that the Charlo brothers is bigger names than Ryota Murata. When have 30 million Americans ever tuned into a Charlo fight? When?
What have two?
Whatever, 1 million tuned into a Charlo fight.
Have 2 million ever tuned in? Have they ever done over 2 million?
They've only ever done the most they've ever done, and that was as soon as they ended up on Fox.
1 million, right?
The double header that
1.2.
Yeah, 1.2. Yeah. When Jamel fought Tony and when Jamal fought Korobov, and they both look like shit. So that's saying that the one fight you had that got the most views was the fight where you look like shit.
Yeah. And they never had that numbers again after that. That was a wrap.
It was a wrap after that, they was back on Showtime.
Right.
Like, you can't make this shit up, bro. Like,
that's funny, yo. That's funny.
You can't make this shit up. Like, y'all bringing in, what is it, 300,000, 200? Like, bro, like, y'all don't have fans. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
and then they sit there and try to say, oh, the PBC is running boxing. I was like, yeah, right.
Here's an interesting fact. Huey Fury has higher viewing figures than the Charlo brothers.
I could believe that. I could believe
He did 1.8 million views on Channel 5.
that was the Sexton fight, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Oh,
And but like I said, you tell a motherfucker this, and it's like you just took both their shoulders and shook their reality. Like they don't want to, like, yeah, motherfucker, these motherfuckers is not stars. You drinking a Kool-Aid on me. Like none of them is stars, bro. Davis is not a star. Spence is not a star. You bugging. How you a star when you look? You did what was it? 360 with Mikey. Then you have another pay-per-view with Porter, and it does 200 and change, like 225, 207. Bro, you not a star. Those is not big numbers at all. Like, how you a star? Well, you see, because motherfuckers still in the paper. You still in the pay-per-view, motherfucker.
Yeah, they be the main one still in the pay-per-view talking about
Dumbass shit.
watching
You
fights
still
at the
in
movie
pay-per-view.
theaters and shit.
You seen when Musso came out with the figures for Wilder versus Fury, right? They was like, yo, 1 million or 2 million Americans stole the fight. Bro, those is Wilder fans that stole the fight, bro. That's
Bro,
fight.
that shit cracked me up.
That's
Like
crazy.
that shit did like what was it worldwide? Like 17 million illegal streams.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, who you think was still in the fight, dog? Who do you and all you think that all these guys that show up in for 9 streams or 70, you think them guys is paying $78, $79 5 times a year to watch them fight? Hell no, dog. Hell no.
They pop a lot of shit, but they don't pay for shit.
If I could have paid for it, I would have, but I don't have BT available to me, so I couldn't. BT's not available on the network.
That's in certain parts of the world, the fight was free. That much I know. That the fight was part of a regular broadcast because it wasn't a pay-per-view everywhere. It was only a pay-per-view in the UK and the United States. But the idea
it was pay-per-view in Ireland. It was pay-per-view in Ireland.
And I think it was a pay-per-view in Australia, but I'm not sure.
It was a pay-per-view in New Zealand.
The idea is if he's as big a star as you say, he gonna be putting them numbers up, bro. The numbers ain't gonna lie. They ain't gonna lie for me, and they ain't gonna lie for you. If he's a fucking star, he gonna put up Joshua numbers. Do he put up Joshua numbers? No, he never has, and he never fucking will, dog. So
what's Wilder's most viewed fight?
The Ortiz fight. In terms of just ratings, it was the Ortiz fight.
Yeah.
What was the rating?
The first one or the second one?
The first
one.
The first
what
one
was the ratings?
The first one was like 1.5 million views or something like that.
So Joshua Ruiz 2 did more on pay-per-views than they did on what was it, Showtime or Fox?
Yeah, and I'll say, look, it's encouraging because that's a premium cable network that a lot of Americans don't have. A lot of Americans don't fucking watch Showtime. That's the truth. So that he was able to do that number, that's nice. But Joshua do them kind of numbers all the time, bro, and he don't need.
But he did that on pay-per-view, bro.
Well, yeah. So like they told motherfuckers to pay for this fight, and he still brought in more numbers than you, dog. He still brought in more numbers than you. So cut it the fuck out. You not a star.
And that was coming off a loss, Julius.
Right.
Motherfucker said because Wilder get Googled a lot. Yeah, because don't nobody know who the fuck he is. They gotta look him up.
Well, here's the thing that they don't take into account when they're talking about Google, right? So when they talk about Google, they're not talking about the hits on the Google search. They're talking about the trending hits. So at that specific moment, and whenever they mention it, it's just after Wilder's fought or there's been a controversy. If you go onto the amount of hits for Anthony Joshua versus Wilder total, how many pages there are on altogether on Google, Joshua has over 22 million more hits.
Bro, the dude is a global star. I knew that. I knew that off top. The kid has the skills. He has the look. He has the X factor. He's a fucking star. He has massive appeal. It's like I shouldn't have to make a 17-minute video breaking this shit down. And if I do this and you still don't motherfucking understand, it's because you ate stucco in your cereal. B. You was peeling paint chips off the wall and putting that shit in your cereal. You a fucking idiot, dog.
Well, I had to do it to build a following.
I dig it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of common sense shit, dog. Like if you believe in that guy, what you're gonna want, if you believe that Wilder can knock Anthony Joshua out, why would you be against him taking $100 million offer? That don't even make sense. Do you want to see the fight or not? Just like the Spence shit. Do you want to see the Spence versus Crawford fight or not? And what I see is y'all motherfuckers don't want to see that fight.
Well, here's the thing that kills me the most, right? They try and say that the boxing fans or whatever, you've ruined the sport. And let me give you the simple reason why. I've been watching boxing 21 years, right? So when I was 5 years old, I was allowed to watch on tape, right? I wasn't allowed to watch a live fight until 2002, Lennox and Tyson, right? That was the first live fight I was allowed to. So I never actually got to see Undisputed in the heavyweight division take place live, right? I know a lot about the sport. I'm a generation of boxing fan. So there's an entire generation of boxing fans out there who've not got to see that. And you motherfuckers promoted a man to not take Undisputed. You promoted against the boxing fans seeing something they haven't seen that defines greatness. Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, that defined Lennox's greatness.
Absolutely.
Evander's was already set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
Lennox, his greatness was defined by becoming the undisputed and the last undisputed champion.
You got to put it like this, bro. The last 2 years, right? They was actually talking up Tyson Fury. They was talking him, oh, he the lineal. Oh, he ain't like Anthony Joshua. Just he could win the fucking fight and y'all lose your fucking mind. He's the lineal, right? Ain't he number 2 in the world? Y'all said he nice, so y'all gonna do all this bullshit when he win the fight? You fucking crybabe. Like, come on, dog. Like,
undisputed. Listen, undisputed is what makes a lineal. The man who was always the man was the champion. He was the only champion for the majority of boxing, for the majority of it, until too many fucking belts came into it. When Fury got suspended, he lost his claim to lineal, just like with Ali. Ali was retrospectively reconciled, right? But he still lost his claim and he had to regain it.
Mm-hmm.
Fury's claim was gone when he got suspended. I don't care if you have Fury or not. I'm a Fury guy myself. I don't have him as lineal because I follow the protocol. You need to be number 1, number 2 in the division. That's just for me. And he didn't beat the number 1 or the number 2 in Wilder. Wilder never proved himself to be the number 1 or number 2. He proved himself to be a long-standing champion and the number 3. That was pretty much it. He never proved. Even when Joshua lost, there was another guy ahead of him in Ruiz because he became the unified champion. Yep. He had 3 belts. Yep. He just beat the man. He had the best win. He beat a prime Anthony Joshua.
You know what? The
people don't give him enough credit for that.
Exactly.
The funniest shit. I said that they all hyped up to see Andy Ruiz fight Wilder, not realizing Andy has a better win on his resume than every fucking fight Wilder ever had. So I hope Wilder don't try to ace-side him because that shit ain't gonna happen.
Not gonna work.
It's like he gonna tell, like, bro, how you gonna try to ace-side me when I beat Anthony Joshua? You didn't beat Anthony Joshua. I did that. You can't ace-side me. I got more belts than you. Fuck out of here.
Can I respond real fast to something in the chat?
Go ahead.
Just real fast to Supercat. He says Ali lost his claim when he retired for the first time. It was actually a suspension. This was when the draft happened. This was 67.
Yeah, he was.
He was suspended, and then after his suspension, he said that he retires from boxing afterwards. But he was already suspended. It wasn't the retirement that lost him the claim.
Exactly.
But that would have been an interesting situation. Like, hypothetically speaking, let's say it would have been Ruiz, Wilder, negotiations. You know Wilder would have tried to ace-side him. You know he would have, like, oh, I wouldn't share the pot. Fuck out of here, dog. Like, who have you beat, dog? Luis Ortiz? You still nursing that motherfucking Luis Ortiz. You still nursing.
Yeah, and he almost lost the first fight.
He almost lost the second. He was losing on the cards. He was getting outboxed.
Shit is
but that first fight, he came very close to getting knocked out, man. The ref just walked his butt across that ring and helped him out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how the fuck they had him up. I don't. Who got the back one?
That's done.
No, it can be. I ain't got nothing on. Unless
it's your microwave. It's your microphone echoing.
Oh, okay.
But shit, I don't know how the judges had Wilder up in the Washington fight. I didn't understand that shit.
Yeah, he was getting up.
I understood it. And Julius, don't even joke to the people. You understood it too. Protect the champion at all costs.
Yeah. Like this man is thoroughly eating jabs with his fucking face. Somehow he's up on and y'all wonder why I don't like this guy. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dog. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah,
what really got to me was when they started comparing him to Ali, bro. That really started to make me sick. It really did. And I know a lot of people out there, look at Ali as being the greatest. They don't know what he did, fam. They don't. But that dude That dude spent over 50% of his career fighting top 10 opposition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ali.
Wilder couldn't carry Ali's jockstrap.
Hell no.
Period.
And look,
He couldn't carry his groceries from the car to the door. He couldn't carry his fucking groceries, bro.
well, here's the thing. People like to say that Wilder is regarded as one of the biggest punchers or whatever. This
Oh, yeah.
nonsense shit. Right. Let me just ask you this question, right? It's a simple question. Was Ali regarded as a massive puncher?
No.
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 Nope.
Right. So let's just go through a little bit of stuff. He
Mhm.
knocked out George Foreman.
Yep.
Right? Wilder's not knocked out anyone on that caliber, has he? He knocked out Jerry Quarry.
Yep.
He
Twice.
knocked out Jimmy Ellis.
Listen.
He knocked out Liston twice. Patterson twice. He knocked out Bob Foster.
Yep.
He stopped Joe Frazier.
Yep.
He knocked out Zora Foley.
Yep.
He stopped
Yep.
Oscar Bonavena.
Cleveland Williams.
Cleveland Williams, Jimmy Ellis, Archie Moore, Henry
Yeah.
Cooper.
But Wilder knocked out Ortiz, Mark.
But yeah, you see that, but it
Yeah,
really
that's
gets to me,
everything.
bro. It really gets to me. It
Because
really
it's
does.
yo, look, Mark, I think me and you got the same pet peeve. And the pet peeve that we got is stupid shit bothers us, dog. Stupid, illogical shit.
Real
Like,
fast, Dan. You're gonna have to mute your mic, brother. I'm sorry, bro.
For what? I mean, I didn't.
Where our voices are echoing.
yeah,
Our voices are echoing from. the mic.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that part. Okay.
but yeah, fucking stupid, illogical shit. I know this bothers Mark. I've seen him affected by this kind of shit, and it affects me too. So when I see you putting fucking Wilder in there with who? With Foreman? With Liston? With based on what? Based on Luis Ortiz. Who is Luis Ortiz, bro? To this era of boxing, they gonna remember Dillian White. They ain't gonna remember Luis Ortiz. I'm gonna tell you because they're gonna think, all right, what was Luis Ortiz's best win that I should
Brian
remember?
Jennings.
Brian fucking Jennings off a loss to Klitschko, and a year
And who's Brian Jennings' best win? Mike Perez or Arthur Spielke?
Artur Spilka.
Two cruiserweights.
Yeah.
Two cruiserweights.
Shit.
And I'll give you a trivia question here, Julius. Who's Arthur Spielke's best win? I'll fucking wait on that shit.
Fucking shit.
Damn.
He put me on the spot because I can't think of nobody,
can't
dog.
think of it
I
either.
don't know Marius Walk. I don't know, dog.
Did he beat Walk? He beat Walk, yeah.
I have no idea.
He beat Walk, but he almost got knocked the fuck out by Walk.
Yeah, he did.
And Walk is slow as shit.
Slow as molasses.
I give up, Mark. What's Artur Spilka's best win?
It's either Marius Vac, right? Thomas Adamek,
Gee,
a heavyweight,
Oh, Dominic
or Dominic Gwynn.
Jesus Christ.
Gwynn. Oh my God. He hasn't been.
But hold on. Here's one for you. Here's right before the Jennings fight, right? His best win was Jameel McCloin.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Either Jameel McCloin or Brian Minto. Take your pick.
Brian Mint.
No, I'm gonna give y'all a real fucking perspective. This is a real perspective. Nobody can argue with me. Jeff Horn has a better resume than Deontay Wilder. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. It's the truth.
He beat a legend.
He beat Pac. He got one over Pac, fam.
Be fucking Pacquiao, bro.
He beat Pacquiao.
But is that not the truth, though?
It's fact.
He got a solid win over Michael Zarafa. All right, he beat Gary Corcoran and he beat Manny Pacquiao.
I'm sorry, bro. You're wrong because you need to remember Wilder knocked out Luis Ortiz, and Luis Ortiz, that win over Luis Ortiz, greater than George Foreman. It's greater than Joe Frazier. It's greater than Sonny Liston twice, Archie Moore, Floyd Patterson twice, Bob Foster, Jerry Quarry twice, combined.
All of them.
Jesus Christ.
Good God.
Jesus
Almighty.
fucking Christ, dog.
You talking about a guy that wasn't even a puncher and had knockouts over legends, Hall of Famers.
That's the crazy shit, and that's why when I see them place all that emphasis on power, I'm like, bro, when did you start watching boxing? Yesterday? Like, I don't understand where you coming from, and that's why I said they cornered the market on casuals. They literally cornered the market on people who don't actually watch boxing but like to talk about boxing.
Let me just say this, right? And this is genuinely my opinion. You know, in that second fight when Walden landed clean on Fury's chin, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if that was Ernie Shavers, Fury wasn't getting up.
Bruh, look, I don't even.
That's for damn sure.
Ernie Shavers.
If he had have landed that shot clean on him, he would have been gone.
That could have been fucking David Tua.
That jaw would have been, bro.
Left hook.
Bro, never mind fucking Tua, bro. That could have been David Price. He might have knocked him out.
Bro, that could have been fucking Ray Mercer. Or it's different breed, bro.
Or Razor Ruddock, fam. Fucking smash.
Yeah.
Listen, man, if I build a time machine, I'm gonna get Tyrell Biggs out of the early 90s. I'm gonna bring him to this era. I'm gonna get Tony Tubbs,
Tony Tucker, a bit of fucking Tim Witherspoon, throw them in, get Pinky up in this bitch, see what happens.
Hey man, you ain't even gonna go that far back. You can just get Ike Ibeabuchi when he wasn't, flipping out. He would be fucking everybody out.
Kill people, bro. He killed people
We
today.
can get Mitch motherfucking Green in this era of these unambitious motherfuckers.
Cooper.
Bert Cooper was serious fucking business, man.
Yo, Bert Cooper, when he shows up, he'd cause these dudes harm, fam.
Serious fucking business, man.
Could you imagine a fight between Bert Cooper and fucking Dillian White, bro? That shit is fucking crazy.
Goodness.
Oh, how about a prime Michael Dokes?
Yeah, I'll take that. Take that.
Yeah, bro, I ain't even joking. I think a prime Eddie Chambers might beat Wilder.
A prime Big John Tate.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's the era of unambitious, like Jarrell Miller, another unambitious cat. Bro, you have beat no one. You beat Bogdan Dinu, an old ass Tomas Adamek that shouldn't even been in there with you, and fucking Fred Kasi. And you think you better than the whole of the then if you better than them, when you gonna fight somebody like them now? What's it going to, without the steroids and all the extra shit? It's retarded, man. The era of fighters that don't want to fight. That's what I like to call it.
Bro, it's crazy to think. It's crazy to think that Tom Schwartz is a step up for Jarrell Miller.
Ain't that a bitch, though? But it would be, though, because at least you could take Tom Schwartz. Well, he wasn't there with Tyson Fury.
He beat Sanagashi. He won the distance with Derek.
Otto Valine would be a legitimate and credible step up fight for Jarrell Miller, because that is how much his resume is missing, though.
Nah, bro, that's a step down for Valine.
Yeah. He gave Fury hell. He gave him hell.
He did. I'd like to see Otto Valine versus fucking Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, but it'll never. Matter of fact, I'll say it's possible because, like I said in the last live, it looked like Salida is gonna start moving towards the PBC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my wife screaming in the background. She loves doing that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anything, Salida will try to supplement the PBC stable of fighters with his own fighters. That's what he's going to try to do.
Jose Camacho asked me a question, but I'll put it to the whole panel. Which Wilder opponent do you think took a dive, guys?
Malik Scott.
other than Malik Scott.
All right. Other than Malik Scott, I'm gonna say there was one fight that it looked kind of suspect. Which one was it? Where it looked type suspect. I'm gonna say it wasn't none of the ones that he had after he won the WBC title. I can't remember the fucking guy's name. It was some journeyman looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, I actually think there's a fighter who actually did throw the fight in a manner of speaking after he became a champion.
Who would that be?
In all honesty, the Hopper.
Duapas?
I thought the Hopper had Wilder whenever he wanted to. He just refused to throw punches. He's able to do it. He's able to do what he could have done, but he just refused to. I think he threw it in that manner.
I'll say I could entertain that. I don't know. I'm gonna put it this way. I try not to jump to conclusions when it comes to fixed fights because we'll never know until the proof comes out. We'll never know. But I could entertain that because the Whoppers that beat Hellenius should have been able to beat Wilder.
I also think Tyson Fury may have took a dive in the first fight.
You
I
think
think they purposely might have fought to a draw to have the rematch.
I can entertain that. I can entertain that, but what does that say about the second fight then? If you're gonna go that far, Mark, then you have to entertain that the second fight was also orchestrated, and the third one would also be orchestrated.
I don't think the second fight was orchestrated because there's no way in damn hell they would have allowed the second fight to go down the way it was to sell it. They couldn't have predicted the fans doing what they've done to try and sell the fight.
Granted, but if you're ahead of the curve and you know this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna show the fans something. Hypothetically speaking, we're gonna show the fans something that they don't expect. We're gonna give them the outcome that they expect the least. We're gonna have Fury go in there and knock out Wilder. We're gonna have him dominate him only so that we could build up Wilder coming back.
I don't see that at all.
I think Fury always knew he could knock him out. I think it's down to Fury. I think Fury purposely did it so he could get the rematch with Wilder, so he could build up his money knowing he could beat him in the second and then the third fights, so that he could go off and then piss around with Joshua and then cash out at the highest level. I genuinely think that.
It's possible. It's possible. I've questioned Wilder's power. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good, like I said, and I say it all the time. Who did he knock out that he's that big a puncher? Do I think he hits hard? Yes. But a lot of guys at heavyweight hit hard, man. It ain't just him. Yeah. If you put them same fucking 32 guys that he fought before he fought Stavern, you put them same 32 guys in there with Charles Martin, he'll knock those motherfuckers out. Then he'll have 32 or 40 whatever fucking knockouts. Them guys came to lay down.
Yeah. I'd bet my house on it Malik Scott would beat Charles Martin if he wanted to.
Whoa.
If he really wanted to, I think he could outpoint him. I think he could make him look stupid.
I think Malik Scott ain't nothing but a set of legs, man. He ain't a set of hands.
I know that. But I personally think Charles Martin, with how flat-footed he is, he's not going to land on Malik. Malik will land a jab and run around the ring, and then land a jab and run around the ring. Charles will get tired. He won't be able to do shit. He can't chase a fight.
Yeah.
That's the reason the best he's ever looked in his entire career was in a loss to Kudnatsky, because Kudnatsky came to him.
True.
And in retrospect now, it doesn't look that good of a fucking result, does it?
But if he performs the way he did with Ortiz and other southpaw, I mean, he didn't do shit to win that fucking fight.
That was atrocious.
He didn't do shit to win that fucking fight.
Yo, shout out to the referee in that fight. I've never seen that before, right? The referee did the count. It was at a count of 8. Mike Scott was ready to take the dive against the SRT. Referee grabbed a hold of him, pulled him up, and said, "No, you fuck." I knew he pissed himself, man.
Oh man!
But you ain't fixing this shit.
That was a matchroom card, though. That was a
a Monte Carlo card.
Yeah, it was a 2 fighting.
Those Monte Carlo cards be a little bit sus, man. I'm just saying.
I think Chisora versus Caballel was a Monte Carlo card.
It was,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always found it strange that Derek Chisora could go in there and look the way that he looked with Dilly and then lose to this fucking guy.
Right.
To Caballel, not Monte.
Caballel.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'll say this as well. I'm just saying, there's a fight I want to see Roman fight, right? And this is me being honest. The dude Caliafoy robbed, Israel Gonzalez, should fight Chocolatito.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna be next. Estrada's gonna be next, and I'm looking.
I don't think it is. I think they're both gonna have 2 fights. They're gonna have a fight in between, and then they're gonna go into the World Boxing Super Series. So I say Israel Gonzalez versus Chocolatito.
I really would prefer that shit if they did it in World Boxing Super Series format. If they could have the next set of tournaments there, I would actually prefer that than them going right into their fight. Get Ancajas in that motherfucker.
I don't think they'll be able to. Bob doesn't cooperate with the World Boxing Super Series. What Bob does is he allows everybody.
He's not doing shit with Ancajas at the same time. He's not doing shit with him. So, I mean, if you ain't doing shit with him, let him do some shit.
Throw him into that fucking tournament, man. Bob, listen, throw him into the tournament. Let them all fucking fight it out. And then whoever wins it, do your shit and take them.
Yeah.
That's what Bob does.
Yeah.
I mean, that exonerates him of the responsibility of having to orchestrate something for Ancajas. If he's all tied up with the Super Series, that's less shit for you to have to do. He's in a series. He's getting paid. Let him do that shit. He ain't doing much else.
Get a commission fee off it, bub. Simple enough. Like, just throw him over there, get a commission fee off of it. It has to be a co-promoter for his fights or whatever. And there you go, you're done. Bingo, whammo, bammo, you're done here.
Yeah, if you ain't gonna do shit with him, why not?
Yeah, let me throw down an 8-man series, yeah? Put Kosei Tanaka versus Ioka in that fucking tournament, right? Put Chocolatito, get Rung Vasily in there, Estrada. We've got 5. Throw in Ancajas. We need 2 more fighters. Simple enough, right? Let's put in Donnie Nietes, bring him out of fucking retirement, and Israel Gonzalez.
Bro, Donnie ain't gonna make it to the parking lot, bro.
Well, he's not even retired, bro. But if you don't want him, let's throw in Carlos Quadras. So
how long? You know, Estrada was supposed to fight Quadras.
Yeah, so they can do that in the first round. They can do that in the first round, and they can do Israel Gonzalez versus Chocolatito in the first round. They can have Rung Vasily versus Ancajas in the first round.
That'd be a good fight.
And then they can have Tanaka versus Ioka. Then in the unification fights in the next one, you can do Estrada versus Chocolatito too, if they both win. And then in the other one, you can have Rung Vasily if he beats Ancajas versus the winner of Ioka versus Tanaka. And then the final.
You think he beats Ancajas?
Rung Vasily, I think he knocks him out.
All right.
If he doesn't do that stupid shit.
Fair enough. I'll take that.
And if that's what happens, but even if it doesn't happen and Ancajas beats Rung Vasily, you can still have Ancajas versus the winner of Ioka Tanaka. And then you've got like Chocolatito Estrada too, and then the winner. Imagine something like
everybody on that card is going to the fucking hospital. You realize that, right? Like everybody. The referee fuck around gonna go to the hospispital.
Bro, that's how you know it's a good card.
Bro, if the zone set up a super chat service, I'll fucking give them $50. I don't care. I'll pay.
Everybody's the judges, the ref, they all going to the fucking because that's really the World War III. Like, bro, everybody's going to the hospital. I'm going to the fucking hospital. Shit.
I'm going to the hospital, bro. I'll probably bust open my knuckles off the wall watching that shit, man. That'd be crazy. Could you imagine that tournament? Think of how amazing that tournament is.
168 needs a tournament again. 160.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because the 168 tournament wasn't a fucking tournament.
It wasn't. It was George Groves versus everybody. George Groves versus everybody.
It was George Groves' retirement tournament. That's what that was. And I'm still disappointed in Jurgen Bremer for pulling out because that would have been an interesting fight with him.
He beat the fucking shit out of Rob Brandt, bro. He outclassed that man. And
Jurgen Bremer was a hell of a fighter.
The only reason I picked Rob Brandt to win that fight is because Jurgen came down, and I'm like, man, this dude is old, and he coming down from 75. I don't trust him. Fuck it, I'm going with Brandt. He beat the fucking shit out of Rob Brandt, dog. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, dog. He's busting his shit up, man. I think Jurgen Bremer, I think he's still fighting, though. He just ain't fighting for titles.
I mean, there's a lot, man, that you can do. There's a lot of fucking divisions that need. Featherweight needs a fucking World Boxing Super Series. That division gets no love, and there's some hella good boxers in there. Just throw them all into the pot. Like, Al's doing nothing but fucking with Gary. I mean, Bob,
that's Gary's fault, bro. At some point, you got to do what Danny Jacobs did. Danny Jacobs got the fuck away from them people. What's stopping Gary?
That's true. Sean is in the chat saying that 112 needs a tournament. I agree.
Yeah, 112 does.
112 definitely does. Like, who would we put in that tournament? Like, off head.
That's a tough
call. Obviously, all the champions, right?
Yeah.
So we have 3 guaranteed champions. So Maruti Midlane, Artem Delakian, and Julio Cesar Martinez. Then we have a choice. So I'd probably give Jay Harris another shot after his performance. I really would. So we throw him into the mix. Kosei is moving up. Angel Acosta's moved into the 112 division, so we can throw in Angel Acosta. And then I'm trying to think what division is Junto in?
Sorry. I don't know 112 as well as I know 115.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Junto Nakatani, he's a good prospect at the moment. He could probably go into that shit.
Yeah.
If he's at 112, 108, or 115, I'm not too sure off head. Sean will know. I think he's 112. I think he's number 3 in the WBO, Junto Nakatani.
Yeah, he's number 3 in the WBO.
Probably McWilliams Arroyo as well.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'd like to see Tetsuya Hisada get shot. So that'd be a good tournament.
Luis Concepcion.
Nah, he's shot.
Yeah. What's up?
I think we got away from Gary Russell too fast. We need to talk more about how Gary is the architect of his own fucking demise.
Yeah,
he is, dog. You fight once a year for 5 fucking years. Sitting there complaining about Al Heyman, so why you still with him?
Right. He should have been got out of there.
Like he came out with a robe that said, you know, he was pressuring Al to make the Leo fight. He said if Al don't make the Leo fight, that he gonna go to Top Rank. What happened to that?
Still there.
Still there. That's why you can't even put it on Al when it come to Gary. Gary want to be there for that bullshit.
Yep.
Want to be there. Josh Warrington called you out. You ain't say shit to Josh yet. And he called you out. He said, I want to fight Gary Russell. What you waiting for?
Yep.
Yeah, Gary did that to himself, man.
He did it to himself. Like at some point, yeah, it was Al Heyman's fault at one point, but now it's your fucking fault, bro, because you still over there, dude. What Danny did, get out of you on the phone. Tell him one of the matchroom deals, B.
Drop the link in the chat for Sean.
I got you.
So I can fight Sean. I want to fight Sean.
Somebody got to fight it. Ain't no goddamn boxing. Might as well be you and Sean.
Sean's got too much experience, bro. Like Sean's too committed, man. Like I can't do 3 years of back and forth with 1 hour monologues, man. I'll go crazy.
Sean is shot, man. They kicked him out of the snack facility. He's shot.
Sean is shot.
Gary Russell, yeah, I agree with James Jackson. He said Gary should at least try to fight Frampton. He didn't even fight Frampton. Carl Frampton.
I like how you say he didn't even fight Carl Frampton. So Frampton's Frampton's a hell of a fighter.
No, Frampton's great.
Frampton's a hell of a fighter, but
he's a hell of a fighter.
It's becoming more apparent that unless it's Leo, Gary don't want to take a step. Gary don't want to do nothing. Mm. Unless it's Leo, he don't got energy for nobody.
Mm. Hello, Sean.
What up?
Sean, what up?
Good morning.
IBF champion Sean Newton, folks. Clap.
I like how Sean immediately touches his hair as if to say, I have a haircut and you don't.
No, it's because I'm looking at myself going, oh no, people are going to say I'm dirty, I don't wash my neck, and I never take a shower.
Hashtag Dove. Hashtag Dove. That's the greatest meme ever.
Real shit, man. Gary is the architect of his own fucking demise. Nobody feels sorry for you, Gary.
I do. I feel sorry for Gary.
I don't.
I feel sorry for Gary because this year he was going to fight twice and the whole world goes into an apocalypse. Australia set itself on fire. Gary Russell fought in the first 2 months of the year and all of a sudden we've got the first fucking Spanish flu in a century.
Yeah, word. That's exactly what this motherfucking shit is.
Gary Russell is faulty.
That's how you know the world ending, because Gary Russell was about to fight more than once a year. That's how you know it's the end of the fucking world. The end is nigh. The end is nigh. Gary about to have 2 fights? No, we can't have that. Bring out the corona.
Bro, imagine Fraser Kendo had a fought. Had announced the fight. You would have known that this shit was going to end badly.
That was fucking ridiculous. And the WBA still had him ranked, dog. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with Gilberto Mendoza, dog? Like, who the fuck runs the WBA? You and a bunch of puppies? Bunch of monkeys? Like, the fuck are you doing, dog? Trevor Bryan, interim champion, hasn't fought in a year. Manuel Chaw, regular champion, hasn't fought in 2 years. Like, what kind of organization?
I'd like Sean to take over the WBA because I could imagine him sending Trevor Bryan and Manuel Char into a factory out in Taiwan and just standing there with a sniper screaming "fight."
Yeah.
I could imagine that. I'd like to see it. Sean, do you not see yourself doing that?
No, because I don't think anyone would watch it.
Oh
No.
fuck me! For fuck's sake! That's the reason why you don't see yourself with a sniper rifle screaming "fight" because no one will pay attention. I'd watch it.
Just you. But I mean, outside of you, we wouldn't make
Julius,
any money.
would you watch Sean? Would you watch Sean with a rifle at Manuel Char and Trevor Bryan? The loser gets shot.
Only if he kills Manuel Char's barber too.
Oh, my.
Fucking Jesus. He gives him that ridiculous taper like dog. Your shit looks drawn on. That shit
Worst
don't look
taper.
right, bro.
Worst taper ever.
Word. Get the fuck out of here, Manuel. Fuck out of here, man. And one of those guys is gonna be Anthony Joshua's WBA mandatory. That's the
That's
fucking part.
Crazy stuff about it. Oh my god.
Yeah, real fast. While we have Sean here because he missed the other stream that we did, Julius. We got to ask him, Sean. You can only name 4, no multiple choices. Your Mount Rushmore of boxing.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Your Mount Rushmore all time.
that's a
Robinson, Ollie, Greb,
Mm.
Oh, I
Good
love
choice.
this.
Good choice. Good choice.
Duran. I'm trying
I
to cover.
fucking love that.
from the
I
full
love that,
group.
fam.
It's all right. I mean, you
He
can't.
went lightweight, middleweight, he went
Yeah.
heavyweight. And who else did he say?
I
Well,
would have took
welterweight, yeah.
Armstrong. I would have took Armstrong also. I would have.
Yeah.
I was thinking Armstrong over Duran, but then I thought,
Man, manos de piedra.
I mean,
We didn't have Sean. Sean, did you see Manos de Piedra?
huh?
Duran's movie.
Manos de.
No.
Lucky you.
yeah. Look, Sean, I'll sum it up for you. Usher played Ray Leonard.
Oh, I saw that movie. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh God, that.
I did see that shit, yeah.
But yeah, man, Trevor Bryan, Manuel Char. How do you have it, Mark? Fight of the century.
I've got Sean via sniper.
Like, dog, who the fuck wants to see that fight, dog? I don't even think Manuel.
I got Manuel Char beating the dog shit out of Trevor Bryan. That dude is absolute crack. He is terrible. I'm one of the few people who saw the terrible footage on a phone of him versus BJ Flores. That dude is bad. He is very bad. I got Dominic Gwynn knocking him out.
Okay, on Mark's shit scale, who is more shit, Trevor Bryan or Jermaine Franklin?
Trevor Bryan.
Really? He's that bad?
Jermaine Franklin beats him. I think Booker beats him, bro.
He's that bad. Rodell Booker?
Rodell.
Yeah, bro. I think he beats him to the nuts, man. I think he beats him to the nuts.
Oh shit.
my.
I'll be honest, man. Christopher Lovejoy beats him. I do not rate Trevor Bryan. I did not rate him whatsoever. I think he is bad, fam. I think he's very bad.
He beat BJ Flores for that regular title.
He beat a shot BJ Flores, who's a cruiserweight coming up, who we had a 40-pound weight advantage over. And BJ Flores, I could literally see the tits melting into his skin for him to make heavyweight. I could actually see it. I'll give you an idea, right? So BJ Flores went from being what's her name? Carmella Bing in the mid-2000s to Carmella Bing in 2012.
Jesus.
I knew you'd get that reference, Julius.
Honestly, dog. Honestly, I don't understand how the WBA doesn't get sued by everybody that's paying them sanctioning fees. How the fuck you gonna have Manuel Char in front of me and this motherfucker ain't fought nobody in 2 years?
2 years.
That don't make sense, dog. You gotta pay for a rank. Everybody has to pay for a rank. You have to.
Surely that title should be stripped.
I mean, you would have thought though. Like, what is the benefit of having Manuel Char or Trevor Bryan as a titleist of any kind when they don't bring you sanctioning fees because they don't fucking fight?
Bro, you know it's a bad situation when the fucking super champion has to do the mandatory for the regular. That's the reason Joshua fought Povetkin. That's the reason the super champion was defending against Povetkin, was because Manuel Char was done. So they couldn't do the mandatory. Joshua had to fulfill the regular fucking mandatory.
It's fucking crazy, though. And
Well, you look at Trevor Bryan; he hasn't fought in 2 years either.
yeah, the both of them.
Yeah.
The both of them. And now they're fighting.
It's a fight they should make. The problem is, where are you going to put it that anybody would actually pay to watch it?
Well, that's therein lies the dilemma. Who's gonna put in a bid to stage that fucking shit show?
Put that shit in Turkey.
Well, that's the only place where probably you could make any money for sure.
Put it in Turkey. Put it in some like 10,000 seat stadium. They'll sell.
Manuel Cho is based out of what? Germany, right?
Yeah, Germany, but he's Turkish descent.
He's Turkish. He's Turkish.
I just figured maybe he's got some fans over there in Germany since he's based.
No, he don't have fans really in Germany that much anymore. That started to dwindle after he got the shit punched out of him by Bradis. His fan base started to dwindle.
Shout out to Maris Bradis.
There's Bradis.
Maris Bradis was one of the most beautiful one punches I've seen in a long time, man. I love that knockout.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be the screen saving GIF on my phone.
Bad motherfucker, man. Underrated.
Do you see the level of competition Trevor Bryan fought to get the fight with BJ Flores?
What?
He fought a guy named Sandy Soto, another guy, Francois Russell. One guy was 2-20. The other guy was 2-24. And based on those fantastic victories, he ended up getting an interim opportunity to fight with BJ Flores, a cruiserweight.
Jesus Christ. He fought a guy named Galen Brown. 33 professional fucking losses, though.
Yeah. But at least he had wins.
Bro,
44 wins.
bro, he fought him to a decision.
Bro, I'm telling you right now. I think Trevor Bryan's one of the worst fighters I've ever seen, like, who's actually got a winning record. And I'll say this: Malik Scott would beat the puss out of him.
Yo, dog. Yeah. Francois Russell, 2 wins, 24 losses. Sandy Soto, 2 wins. Like, bro, where are they finding these people for you to fight, dog?
Bro, like, I'll be honest. I would love to see if we could actually find people out there, bro, for me to fight a heavyweight, just as a joke, to see if I could get a better record than Sandy Soto.
Jesus Christ. And
I think we could pull it off, Julius. I think we could actually pull it off.
Yeah, as long as we got Don King, the way Trevor got Don King in the background, finding dead bodies for you to punch.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, because in those fights, you know, shit ain't sanctioned, bro. You know those fights, like, there's a lot of shit that isn't really being checked. I'd literally have Sean be my glove man. I'd get him to load it up with the fucking Taiwanese horsehair and shit on the inside of the gloves.
With the weight inside.
Yo, dog, he fought Sandy Soto 2 times.
He fought him what?
He fought him 2 times.
No.
Yo, he had a rematch with a guy who was 2-24.
He fought him in 2014 when Sandy only had 13 losses. Then, you know, the public, it was by public demand. They had the rematch.
That's nice, man. That's nice. Yo, the interim champion of the one of the top 3 ranked fighters in one of the sanctioning bodies just happened to have had a rematch with a dude who's had more losses than we have hours in a day.
I don't know what's worse, that or Brooke fighting Ernie Smith 3 times.
Wow.
But I have the perfect scenario. I mean, now that Deontay Wilder got beat, he's no longer the champion of the WBC. He's ranked number 2 by the WBA.
Yeah.
We should have Wilder fight Trevor Bryan for mandatory against Anthony Joshua for his WBA title.
You know what? Trevor might get him, man.
Look, we can joke all day. Deontay does Trevor Bryan in 10 seconds. He just lets that right hand go and kills him. He wants to catch a body, bro. If he wants to catch a body, that's the fight to make, fam.
I'll give him that. He can beat the Trevor Bryans of the world. Yeah. He can beat.
Look, Deontay is not terrible. Like, he can beat. Look, he can beat the Spielkas of the world, the Areolas of the world all day long. He can.
Yeah, he's a good B fighter. He's a good B minus. I rate him a good B minus.
He is a top 10 heavyweight.
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah.
B. Well, this is the thing. I think that any fighter that gets called a B fighter, I've never looked at calling a B level fighter as an insult, because for that B level, it's a lot of D and E levels. You understand?
Well, there's a lot of people out there who call Sean Porter a B level, and Sean Porter's a hell of a fighter.
He's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter.
I don't call Porter a B level fighter myself. I call him an A level fighter myself. That's
I
me
call him
personally.
a B plus.
Yeah,
I
I'm
call
a
him a B plus because he's
I wonder-
smart in his own work. He gets in his own way at times, but it's just that being called a B level fighter shouldn't be looked as an insult, because
I call him an A minus.
I could accept that. I could accept that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sean, what do you call Porter? B, B minus, B plus, C minus, D, F,
B.
T, a B.
He's a B plus. In my book, he's a B plus, and that's not an insult, because them B pluses and them Bs, they'll test you. They'll test you.
They'll sneak up on you real quick. Real quick.
Porter's
He's just a
problem is
guy
that,
who loses to A sides every time.
yeah,
Well, here's the thing: if Porter was the A side, I think he would have got the win over Spence. I think he would have got the win over Thurman. I think he would the
Can
only.
we talk about that? How'd you score that fight, Mark? Because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see Spence win that fight, and I don't talk about it much because I don't like being a crybaby. But I didn't see Spence win that fight.
Well, I understand Spence winning the fight because of the knockdown. I do.
All right.
Even though I scored at 1 point to Porter, but I thought there were 2 swing rounds in that fight. I swung them to Porter. If you had pushed one towards Spence, he would have won the fight.
Yeah.
I had Spence winning, but it was a close fight, competitive, and I could have saw a draw.
Okay.
There's the swing rounds in there. They are swings. Though one other thing is, like, I'm kind of very strict when I'm scoring a fight. So, like, if I see illegal blows, I don't count them.
Right.
And I saw quite a few more illegal blows in that fight, and a few more illegal tactics from Spence pulling Porter below the navel. So I didn't score those moments in favor of Spence. If you did, I can see it. I can genuinely see it, because different people look at things a little bit differently to others.
I
So
just
can't
felt
see it.
based on how the average fight is scored and the historical precedences, that looked like a Sean Porter fight to me. That's exactly what it looked. It did not look like an Errol Spence fight. It did not look like he was in control of what's happening round by round. If he's in your wheelhouse, it's because he wants to be there. It's not because you let him get there. It's because he wants to be there, and you can't stop him from getting there. It's a Sean Porter fight.
Yeah, Sean Porter fought his fight the whole time.
I'm cool with either way, really. I thought it was excessively close. That's where I stand on it, but I did give it to Porter.
Well, that's why a rematch would have been fitting, right? As opposed to talking about what Spence could do next, a Porter rematch would have been
very fair. It deserved a rematch. And the fight itself, nobody can argue. It was literally one of the best fights last year by far. By far, it was a phenomenal fight, and it deserves a rematch.
But it's not going to get one.
No, of course not.
Spence want to flip Ferraris. You want to flip Ferraris and chase Manny Pacquiao, and Manny not worried about you, bro. They don't care about you, dog.
I don't think it's going to be the same fighter after his accident. That remains.
Yeah, I mean, look at what happened to Felix Vidal after the bike accident.
Right. Wasn't the same.
That was a bike accident, bro. That wasn't nothing to the extent of what happened to Spence. And Felix has never been. He never really bounced back from that shit. He ain't been the same since.
Nope.
Yeah, let me ask Sean this, because Sean might be more up to date on this. Sean, is there any word on Carlos Canizales's next fight?
I haven't heard anything about that, but I mean, what's going on now? Obviously,
yeah, I know, but was there any murmurs? Because I was hearing shit that there was a possibility of him and Koyaguchi fight.
That would be a good fight. I mean, obviously at this point you could see him fight for one of the titles, but Kayaguchi is obviously a good step-up fight, good payday to sort of push you into one of those fights.
Who do you think wins, by the way? Who do you think wins, Canizales?
Canizales beats him now because Kayaguchi is past his best.
Yeah, I agree. Who would you have between Canizales and Ken Shiro? I think that could be one of the best fights in boxing.
It's a good fight. I mean, at that weight division, I mean, they have a lot of good fights. I'd rather see Kayaguchi against Ken Shiro, but
I'd rather Canizales, because I think I get where you're coming from. I'd rather see Canizales Kenshiro just for the sheer point of I think it's a more even fight. I think both Kenshiro and Canizales beat Koyaguchi at this stage myself, and I'd like to see them because I do think they are the two best in that division. I think both beat Felix. They'd both beat the dog shit out of Felix.
Well, maybe Canzales against Elwin Soto. He came off of the big win against.
He beat Angel Acosta, and then he backed it up by beating Edward Heno in a great fight. That was an underrated fight as well. That Heno versus Soto fight, very underrated fight last year at 108.
And at this point, he's still sort of unknown. So you fight a guy like Carlos Gonzalez, and then you're being talked about as potentially the best fighter in the division.
I mean, Elwin Soto's got a chin, by the way. That dude's chin is dynamite, fam. He's never been dropped, and he's been in there with massive punches.
Acosta.
Well, yeah. Angel Acosta's a pound-for-pound caliber puncher, to be fair. Like, and that also kind of proved Tanaka's chin. The only thing with Tanaka, though, is I don't think he likes it to the body, and Angel ain't targeting your body enough for my liking. But yeah, so let's get into this. Sean, I asked you your Mount Rushmore. What's your Mount Rushmore of Southpaw? We all had to do this the other day on our head.
I know. The two guys in the top of my head, obviously, Pernell Whitaker, Hagler, Pacquiao, and then the number 4 guy is the one where I'm sort of struggling.
I got Pernell Whitaker, Hagler, Ronald Winky Wright, and fourth one's a struggle.
Pacquiao?
Yeah. Has to be Pacquiao.
Freddie Miller,
Michael Moore,
Tiger Flowers, Chris Board, Harold Graham, Lara, Rigondeaux, Luis Ortiz. I mean, one win over Luis Ortiz makes you as good as Ali.
I have Luis Ortiz 4 times on my Mount Rushmore score. My shit 4 times.
Julius, you need to get out of here. You went in with the fucking middleweight shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I listened to that shit back, man. I'm surprised at how fast I answered that welterweight question.
Yeah.
Welterweight's a tough one, man. It's been a lot of good welterweights out there. So you got your mind made up. You made that decision before I asked that question. Yeah, you had to, because welterweight's a tough one, man. Welterweight, middleweight. Been a lot of good middleweights, a lot of good welterweights. You answered that shit quick, so
yeah,
you made up your mind about that shit.
From a long time ago, yeah.
What about?
I've got my top 10 of each.
All right, who do you think has been the best Puerto Rican fighter? Who has been the best ambassador for Puerto Rican boxing?
Sixto Escobar.
More than Felix Trinidad.
More than Trinidad. Wow.
I mean, that's just for me. For me. He kind of launched boxing to an extent in Puerto Rico. I mean, he's Puerto Rico's first world champion.
Yeah.
Sean?
I would say Trinidad, but that's obviously I'm far more familiar with him.
Well, I say Trinidad because of the reaction. I've never seen a Puerto Rican boxer captivate Puerto Ricans the way that Felix did.
The only close second was Miguel Cotto.
I don't know.
Not Danny?
Danny?
No,
Puerto Rico almost killed Danny when he robbed Mauricio Herrera. That'll sum that up, bro.
Man, I don't even consider Danny Puerto Rican, to be honest. I'm being dead ass. Like I don't consider him Puerto Rican.
What about our Wilfred Benitez? Is he Puerto Rican?
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
I'll put him behind. I would put him behind Felix as far as just reaction and what he did for Puerto Rican boxing. It's just that Felix, he took it to another level. I'm not saying he was better, but in terms of fan reaction, he took it to another level.
Yeah.
You see, for me, like the fan reaction thing, I don't have a great perception of it, like of what was going on in America at the time.
Well, I was in New York at the time, and it's a very large Puerto Rican community in New York. So believe me when I tell you, they loved Felix, man. They hated Bernard. He hated it.
Hated Bernard Hopkins,
Yeah.
especially when he threw the Puerto Rican flag in Puerto
Yeah,
Rico.
what do you think I'm talking about? He did that.
Man, what? He
They were
almost got
mad
killed.
over that shit.
But that was smart. Bernard knew what would sell.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit, he's selling a fight. I knew what it was then. You know, because I ain't Puerto Rican, so I know what you're doing, bro. Sell that fucking fight, get some buys, and win that fight. The Trinidad ain't gonna beat you, dog.
Yeah, I want to put Julius on the spot.
Don't put me on the spot.
I'm putting you on the spot, bro. Because you came in with all these Mount Rushmores, I've got one for you.
All right.
The Mount Rushmore of lightweight.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know enough about lightweight historically to do a Mount Rushmore. I'll be honest. I only started following that division in recent years.
All right, heavyweight.
Oh, that's
Easy. That's easy. I did that one though. I mean, all right. I mean, I got to put Ali up there because I got to put Mike up there. I'm gonna put Joe Louis up there, and I want somebody contemporary. Yeah, I'll put Klitschko up there. I like Klitschko. I respect what he did. I like Klitschko. That's my Mount Rushmore heavyweight.
Fair enough. Sean, were you going to answer the lightweight one? Because if you were, go ahead.
I was, but now that I look at it, it's like
it's tough.
the four guys they have in the top are pretty exciting already. Mike Williams, Benny Leonard, Tony Canzaneri. I'm not familiar with the Puerto Rican guy,
Which one?
Pedro Montañez.
Yeah, what list are you looking at?
It's Boxrec.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then Duran is fifth. Like me, I was thinking Benny Leonard, Duran.
Ike Williams and Joe Gans.
Hey,
But then
we got
I also sort of thought, what about Armstrong? Why isn't he on the list? Because like he was one of the guys behind it.
Well, Armstrong, the reason he wouldn't be on the list is most of his work was really done at welter and most feather. You see, what he did was he went from feather up to welter, moved back down to lightweight, went back up to welter, and made a fuck ton of defenses. That's what he did. He didn't really build a massive lightweight resume. Quite a short lightweight resume.
Hey, Julius, real quick, we got an LDBC fanboy one who's trying to get in the chat.
All right, I'll let him in.
What the hell he has to say?
All right, LDBC fanboy, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Man, y'all motherfuckers ain't real.
Word.
Okay.
Yo, who's your Mount Rushmore of lightweight, bro?
Hey, man, I'm just fucking with y'all. This hustle for beer, man.
I knew that was hustle, man. I could tell by his voice, like, man, that's hustle, man. I wanted it to be somebody from the LDB.
Oh,
That'd be beautiful.
Look, I said he gonna take this bait. Wow, he can't wait when he come in.
Well, I was hoping it was somebody from the like. We about to have some fun,
right, right.
Let me quit fucking with y'all, man. I'm out for you, yo. All right, man.
Sean out here looking up fucking Boxrec list for Mount Rushmore. Get the fuck out of here, Sean.
Sean was just
curious. Not cheating, but I was just curious the people I thought. So where would Boxrec have them?
Oh, Sean, by the way, I want your thoughts on this. And Julius, I want your thoughts on this. What's your thoughts on Boxrec ranking Kazuto Ioka number 76 pound for pound?
I think that their system needs. I think that their system lacks context and it's flawed. That's what I think. It lacks context and it's flawed, and that's why.
What do you think of them having Deontay Wilder number 5?
I think
number 5 Julius wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready.
Number 5 at what, dog?
Pound for pound. He's number 5 pound for pound on Boxrec.
No.
3 heavyweights are now top 10. Just like this week.
They have 3 heavyweights. They have 4 welterweights. They have 1 lightweight and 2 middleweights.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Look, I'm gonna say this about Boxrec's algorithm. In terms of divisional rank standings, it usually makes sense. Divisional rank standings, but in terms of pound for pound, it lacks a lot of context, and that's why it always looks like shit.
Well, I don't know who the 10 are, but I know that Porter, Pacquiao, Spence, and Crawford are all on the list. I know Canelo's in the list. I know Golovkin's in the list very high. I know Joshua Fury It's Joshua Fury and Wilder are all in the list,
They got
and Lomachenko's in the list.
They got
Yeah.
Wilder over Anthony Joshua.
Yes,
Sean
they do.
Porter on the list.
They have Wilder over Anthony Joshua.
They have Wilder number 5, Anthony Joshua number 8.
Over a 2-time unified champion who unified 2 belts.
Well,
Are
that's
you
what I
kidding
mean.
me right
Right? It lacks context.
They got Sergey Kovalev over Maris Bradis.
Tyson Fury is number 2 in the world. Gennady
The
Golovkin.
most confusing thing on that list. Listen, the most confusing thing on that list, and nobody can explain this, is how Bradis is above Usyk.
Bruh, that's what I'm
There's
saying.
zero explaining to that. You can't explain that shit no matter what you try to do. You
No, I
can't
can
do
explain
it.
I can explain it because it
And Kovalev over Beterbiev.
this is what's going on. Bradis, I think, has been a little busier than Usyk, and it's a point system. You tally points. That's how they rank these guys.
Oh.
So because Bradis has been a little bit busier than Usyk the last, I'll say, couple of months or whatever, because Bradis was in the tournament, he accumulated more points than Usyk, even though Usyk beat him. And this is what I mean. It lacks context that Usyk beat this guy, dog. You're not gonna factor that into the equation. He beat the fucking guy, dog.
And then you got Danny Jacobs and Keith Thurman above Usyk. Explain that.
Errol Spence is number 3 in the world based on this pound for pound list.
That's all you need to know.
Manny Pacquiao is number 7. Vasil Lomachenko is number 9. And Sean Porter is number 10.
So,
They might as well have written that shit in crayon.
oh my. Yo, who did this? Wow.
There's a video for you, Julius. I wanted to do a video on that, but I was thinking to myself, I might drive myself crazy because you know me though, bro. That shit pisses me off.
Nah, it's just that whoever made this algorithm, in terms of divisional rank standings, there's usually, you could see it makes a little bit of sense when it comes to divisional rank standings. But as far as pound for pound, this shit is useless. It lacks so much context.
Absolutely.
I don't know, bro. A few weeks ago, they had Kalia flying number 2 at Superfly.
I could have seen that.
I could not have seen that.
Could have seen that.
I could not have seen that. He couldn't have been ahead of Ankaras. He couldn't have been ahead of Ankaras.
Just trying to understand what could have got him there. Cal had what, 3 title defenses?
Yeah.
He had about 3. How many Ankaras had?
8.
8, yeah.
Yeah, all right, you got me. I don't.
He couldn't have been above Ankaras.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
I think Ankaras I'm not sure if it's 8. It's 6 to 8. 6 to 8, somewhere around there. Sean's gonna click on his name right now and find out for us.
I'm just trying to understand what is the hierarchy of thought that their algorithm is using, like on what premise. I know it's a point system that tallies points, but do you get more points for title defenses? Do you get extra points for world champions, active world champions? I'm trying to understand how are the points distributed to each individual fighter.
I don't even need to do a point system, and I can do a better top 100 than that. Just
Of course, but we know that that's how they shit operates. So the fact that they take the human element out of it is good and bad at the same time.
No, it's not good and bad. It's shit. Look at the list. It's shit. It's terrible. There is no good to that. Right. I'm sorry. But when you have Chris Eubank over 60 places ahead of Kazuto Ioka, shit's gone wrong. Terribly wrong.
I knew he at number 20.
Bro, Sean Porter is the number 10 pound for pound.
Yeah, Sean Porter's double the level in pound for pound of Kazuto fucking Inoue, fam.
Yo, that's
66. Yo, where's Javonte Davis on that list?
He's still not on the list. That's the funny thing about it.
Even Boxrec knows these shit.
5.
Even Boxrec knows these shit. Keith Thurman is the number 14 pound for pound fighter.
Javonte's is 41.
Hold on, what was that, Sean?
Javonte's 41.
Right. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this honest question. Pound for pound, resume, everything included. Who's higher pound for pound for you guys? Leo Santa Cruz or Javonte Davis?
Leo
Santa Cruz.
Leo by far. Wait till you scroll down that list and see how far down he is. He does have no props. He's on the second page near the bottom of the 100.
What? Are you kidding me?
Wow, dog, 75.
Yo, that's
Ivan Berenchik is ranked above Leo Santa Cruz, dog.
And Kazuto Ioka.
Hunter, who has not won a title at all.
I'll tell you how that works. This is the only way I can work it out. Every win that you get in a weight division that's above another weight division, they take in that pound proximity as pound for pound caliber talent, and they rank it higher, so they give you more points depending on your weight division. Because if you look at Kazuto Ioka, who unified at 105, he's got less points as a 4-weight world champion than Michael Hunter, who's not won a world title, but it's only based off of your division. So if you get a win at heavyweight, that probably equals 50 points. If you win a title at flyweight, it's probably 12.
It's a flawed algorithm.
It's very flawed.
It's a flawed algorithm.
It's the only way that shit makes sense to me. It's the only way I can figure it out.
But then again, I'm going to be honest that as fucked up, and this list is fucked up. I mean, it is. It's no more fucked up than what ESPN puts out all the time. They had Deontay Wilder on that shit, man. That alone fucked up the list for me. Like, why are you putting them there, dog? You don't need heavyweights on a pound for pound list, bro.
Really don't.
No, but listen. I can explain that one. That's easier to explain. They're selling fights. So networks are selling fights all the time. So them giving us shit fucking pound for pound list, expect it. Whatever fights they need to be selling, they're going to sell the fighter as being a different caliber to the casual audience. Boxrec, on the other hand, doesn't sell shit.
No, but this is what I'm going to say. I can accept Boxrec's list being fucked up because I know that it's automated and I know that it's just a fucked up algorithm. So I can accept that. But you actually had a panel of boxing editors. I don't know how many fucking guys, man. A whole panel of editors. And y'all voted Wilder into this shit? Like, for doing what, bro? For doing what?
To sell the fight.
Holding up Undisputed.
To sell the fight. It was just to sell the fight.
No, this was before he fought Fury, bro. This was after he knocked out Ortiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the second Ortiz fight, right?
No, the first one. After the first Ortiz fight, they put him on that shit. This was before he even fought Fury. And I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous, dog. And that's why, look, only in recent years did I start keeping a pound for pound list. When I was younger and I used to watch boxing, I didn't used to do that shit because the pound for pound list out of Ring Magazine never made sense to me. Like, why is he ranked ahead of him? That don't make sense.
Yeah, like, look, I've a distinct problem with the pound for pound list with Ring Magazine, and it's very simple. There isn't a fighter in the top 10 pound for pound on Ring Magazine who hasn't fought in America.
Yeah. And you already
they will try. They will put in all different multicultures to make it seem like it's international, but you still need to fight in America. Like, let's be real,
bro.
Ioka, Tanaka, and Taylor all deserve as much consideration as Errol Spence, and Errol Spence is
Errol Spence wasn't even fucking on mine, dog. I got Ioka.
He's not on mine either, bro. Listen, Errol Spence. Oh, Sean dropped. Errol Spence is number 6 pound for pound on Ring Magazine. Pacquiao's number 10. Someone fucking explain how the fuck that's possible when Errol Spence, his last win, right? His last win is over fucking Sean Porter, fam, right? It's over Sean Porter. Now, Sean Porter, he picked up that belt by beating Danny Garcia. Both those men lost to Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman, who was the rightful champion, lost to Manny fucking Pacquiao.
Exactly.
So Pacquiao's got the best win at welterweight. And he was coming off of 2 former top 10 pound for pound fighters on Ring Magazine's list.
That's the web. That is the web. And that web is the web that I used when somebody asked me, why do I have Manny at number 1? That's why I have him there, dog. Who beat more world champions and Hall of Famers than Manny? I know
Nobody. No,
I know it ain't Errol Spence.
No, I'm on a 3-year shit, right, Julia? So you can understand me not having Pacquiao over 3 years, number 1 pound for pound.
I dig it. I could understand.
I'm on a 3-year shit. If I were doing career, it's Pacquiao's number 1. Nobody else matters.
Yeah. The most I'll say is that if we're going off of what they used to do, because this is what I do, I go off of what they've done and what they just did. So it's not just me looking at their track record, but I'm also looking at what they're doing now. And just like you iterated, Errol Spence's best win is Sean Porter, who was beaten by who? By Keith Thurman. And who beat Keith Thurman? Manny fucking Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman.
But you see, other people will say that his best win, right, is Mikey Garcia in a pound for pound thing.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, Mikey was doing the pound for pound stuff there, not Errol. Like whether we agree with it or not, Mikey was the one coming up trying to do the fucking pound for pound shit by taking on the champion coming up 2 weight divisions.
Exactly.
Errol was just beating a lightweight.
If we're gonna like Errol, I got a rule for my list, right? That if you beat a pound for pound fighter, you become one yourself. However, depending on the circumstances, it affects where you land. Errol emerged at 10. Why? You wasn't doing no pound for pound shit fighting Mikey. He's the little guy moving up, not you. So you in that number 10 spot, and what happens? You get bumped off.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's on there now. That's why, because you got bumped off. Why? By somebody who had a more credible argument than you. The same thing is going to happen. The same thing is going to happen more or less, and it depends on where the contest happens. But the same thing is going to happen if Javonte beats Leo. Why? I have Leo ranked. I don't want him ranked, but the rules are the rules. So he's on there, and if Javonte beats him, he'll probably land at number 10 up until somebody bumps him off, and it could be relatively quickly. I got to give him the credit for beating somebody that's ranked on the list, but you're not going to get but so much credit when he's the one doing pound for pound shit, not you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's Leo now? A 4-division champion? What's Davis?
Yes,
He's a fucking 4-division champion. What's Davis? You ain't even a 2-division champion.
Nope.
Do you not rate the regular?
No, I don't. Never have.
I respect that.
Never
I
have.
respect that.
The regular ain't nothing but a motherfucking. Really, the regular is just 2 interim titles. You have 2 interim titles, basically. You have an interim champion and you have a regular champion. But if there's a super, that's the real champion.
Well, here's my thing. Here's my thing on the regular, right? A lot of people will use, well, networks recognize it. Well, I'm going to say this. When your career is all said and done, the most important thing is who recognizes it. And that's the International Boxing Hall of Fame, right?
Okay.
They do not recognize the regular title.
Yeah.
So because the International Boxing Hall of Fame don't recognize it towards the end of your career, it's not a measuring stick. So it does not count.
It's not. The only time the regular title counts as a full-fledged title is in the absence of a super. There are those kinds of divisions. Like for a little while at 175, Bivol was the regular champion. Ward retired. He retired with the super. Only recently did they give Bivol the super title. So for a while, his regular title was the full title. But if there's a super in your weight class, bro, he's the champion, not you. He's the champion.
Right.
You can't unify a regular title if there's a super in the division. It's not a unification fight.
Right.
Goofy shit.
You're right.
For sure.
Goofy shit. Stupid shit. Like, fuck. Joe Joyce had the WBA gold at one point, dog. Is he a champion? Like, fuck out of here. Like, fucking.
I am looking forward to him versus Dubois, though.
Yeah, I was just about to
I'm gonna try and re-get media credentials for that because I was fine to go to that shit, Julius. I got media credentials.
Who you guys got in that fight?
I got Dubois.
Yeah, I got Dubois. What about Dubois?
I've got 2 outcomes. Joyce can't take the power, he gets taken out early. If he can, he swamps him late on and beats him.
He's just so slow though. Like
I know, but if he can take the power.
That's why I picked Dubois though, because he's got slow. Joyce got slow fucking hands. He's slow to the punch, and he got leaky defense. He was getting hit with too many shots from Jennings. I didn't like that shit.
Yeah, I do worry about if it gets to the later rounds.
Jennings can't punch like Joyce. Jennings is not a big puncher, so if he catching you with them shots, then Jennings ain't got Dubois' power. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And if Jennings is catching you like that, Dubois could catch you like that, man.
Straight It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But Joyce, if he starts landing on Dubois, that's going to be the chin check as well.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree because Joyce has his man strength, and Dubois is still young. He's only like 23. He don't have his man strength yet.
Yeah, so we need to see. Like, don't tell me it's unfeasible that if Joyce can take the power, that he can't swamp him. I think he can. I think he's got stamina.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Like,
because he throw a lot of punches. And he throw punches late into a fight too.
Sure does. Yeah, he's got a motor. That's one
But
thing.
this layoff can't be helping him, and that's another thing we have to factor into it now. That Joyce is significantly older. He's about what 10 years older than Dubois, and this layoff ain't helping his situation. Cause you 33, bro. When you get off the couch, you got a grunt. He don't. Get off the couch, you got a grunt, bro. You 2 years away from prostate exams, bro.
That's for sure. Man.
I felt for Gennady too. This shit ain't helping his situation either.
Not at all.
This ain't helping his situation.
Now 37 now.
Zeremata gonna fuck around, have pockets of success. Against this dude, man.
I'm telling you, I think Canelo's gonna knock Triple G.
Yeah, he is. That's what I think is gonna happen. I knew something was off when Steve Rose was snapping Triple G's head back. I knew something was off. Like, bro, that second Canelo fight took a lot out of him. That took years off him.
Yeah, and Didavinchenko, that was a war for him.
Yeah, that was another war.
A lot of punches.
That shit took more years off him. Tom Canelo gets his hands on him. The only way I see Golovkin finishing this fight on his feet is if it's not at middleweight. It's the only chance I give him if he don't got to cut down to 160.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be a little bit more sturdy if it's at super middleweight.
Yeah, most def, man.
I don't think moving up at all though. He's
not. That's why I say I got Canelo knocking him out. Triple G ain't go up to 168 his whole fucking life, dog. He ain't gonna go up there now.
Yeah, he's done.
That'd be a bad move for Triple G.
He probably get beat by the Benavidez. Can you imagine Triple G?
At this point, it ain't even probably, dog. At this point, it's not even probably. Like he's sticking. He finna cash out. That's what this is. You still chasing Canelo fights after all this time. Somebody else would have said, "Fuck out of here with that Canelo shit, man. My career don't revolve around him."
Yeah, it's basically a wrap for him. He's looking at after boxing right now.
You see the dignity and the principle of Marvin Hagler, how he felt about the Leonard decision. He walked away, bro. Triple G that like, you know what? Fuck Canelo. I'm not fighting him after this shit. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. That shit wasn't a draw. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Chose the money, bro.
Yeah, he did.
I ain't mad at him, but it is what it is. When you go down that route, we see what's gonna happen. We see where you gonna go. We see where you gonna end up.
Yeah, facts.
Anyway, y'all motherfuckers sound sleepy, and if y'all ain't sleepy, I am. So it's about to be a wrap. Mark, always a pleasure. Danny,
always a pleasure, bro.
A pleasure. You guys are the best in the business, in the boxing business, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Get Spuddy on the relay, you dick.
Spuddy. I'm on my balcony and I just yelled that shit.
Yeah, you gotta admit though, bro. Bro, you gotta admit, Spuddy pulling up trees, bro.
Yeah, Spuddy out here, man. Spuddy out here in these boxing streets. Shout out to y'all. Have a good night.
All right.